What is going on, everyone? Let's get right into the breaking news. Breaking news on the Return of the Knicks watch along, Return of the Knicks podcast, play by play. Salute everyone. This is BX Sports Jedi Kev. I'm coming in with the breaking news. The Brooklyn Nets have traded James Harden and Paul Millsap to the Philadelphia 76ers. They get back Ben Simmons, Steph Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. Good afternoon, everyone. I am BX Sports Jedi Kev. I hope your afternoon is well. Came in a little early. Chef Dan will be in the building in about another hour from now. Just had to come in a little early. I just wanted to get through with that and get you going with all the news and notes on the NBA trade. A lot of action going on. Hello, Maria. Salute the First Lady of the Jedi Network and our mayor in the house, Kelvin T. Jones. What is up, my friends? Thank you so much for watching along with us on the play by play with Chef Dan while he's on the West Coast. And while I'm not able to stay and do those games, I really appreciate your guys' help. So I appreciate that. Let's get right to it, to the rice of beans of the NBA trading. A lot. We put the ticker on the bottom, all the different trades, all the different notes. Man, a lot of action. I said Steph, not Steph. Okay, Steph. Okay. So my is a little tongue twisted today, this afternoon. So thank you. And let's go with the first one. One of the first many trades was reported. We all saw the Pacers are sending Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday to the Kings in exchange for Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. Very interesting there. A move that the Knicks had a little interest in on many fronts there, not just Tyrese Halliburton. We know that's the big controversy there. The Knicks ended up drafting Obi Toppin while Tyrese Halliburton passing on him. Also, the Knicks were linked in on Buddy Hield as a shooter and Justin Holiday. So we see that there, a good move there. We saw dividends immediately done for the Sacramento Kings last night as they won, and Sabonis had an impressive first debut there, at 22 points, if I'm not mistaken, and in a win for the Kings. But the Kings were busy. All up and down. They've been doing some moves, and of course the four-way trade. Let me find that trade there, and here it is. There's a big move there again. Let me get the ticker off so we could read it and see it. You got the Clippers are trading Serge Ibaka to the defending world champions. The defending world champions get themselves a stretch five again. They don't know the severity of Brook Lopez back, how healthy he's going to be when he returns. If he returns this season, they get a Serge Ibaka in there, a change of scenery where he could focus on basketball in Milwaukee, not that distraction in Los Angeles. I think that's a good move for the defending world champions. But the defending world champions, they send DiVincenzo out. They'll send DiVincenzo, Josh Jackson, Tyrese Lyles. The Pistons, the Kings send out Marvin Bagley III to Detroit. That's a pretty good move there for Detroit. They get themselves a stretch, a power forward who could play center, along with Kate Cunningham and company there, and revitalize his career there. He's going to be a restricted free agent. Marvin Bagley III hasn't lived up to expectation. A player that myself was very interested for the New York Knicks. I kind of liked it, Marvin Bagley myself, for as a power forward. Hybrid that could play center or even he could actually stretch the floor. But he goes to Detroit, and of the Clippers, they get Ronnie Hood, Simi Olajay for them. The Clippers picking up some moves here, under the radar team there. The Clippers trending water, not bad there. It's a good move for everyone here. Got Ibaka off. I think Ibaka will help the defending world champions again, ready to win. Not needed to really guard too much. Stretch the floor there with Antetokounmpo and company. So nice move there on that trade there. We'll hopefully we'll get, when we get Chef Dan a little later, we'll break that down there. A lot of different trades have been happening. Of course, we're gonna talk about the trade that happened not so long ago, a couple days ago as well. We also saw CJ McCullough heading from Portland Trailblazers to the New Orleans Pelicans with Larry Nance Jr., Tony Snell. You also have Josh Hart going to Portland, Nickel Alexander Walker, excuse me. Very good player there. I remember Chef Dan told me about him. Watch out for him in Team Canada. Very underrated player. I think that's a steal for Portland. You have Thomas Strafanovsky, and a couple picks here. First round pick 2020 and two round picks. So Portland getting some stock. Maybe they'll trade. Maybe they'll reload and retool. They got some draft pick capital there for Portland Trailblazers. Let's go with the next. There's a few more trades here. Let's get the ticker on the bottom first to go read through all those different ones that you can see them on the bottom there. And we have a lot of a plethora of trades. This one also started off as well. We saw early in the week, we saw the Cleveland Cavaliers acquire Caris LeVert for a second round pick. And they sent Indiana the inspiring contract of Ricky Rubio, who's out for the season. Remember, he has an injury with his knees. A first round pick and a second round pick in 2022. I think it's not protected, but Indiana waving the white flag, picking up assets. Caris LeVert is really going to help the Cavaliers. You saw he already paid dividends as well, already in the starting lineup, actually playing last night for the Cavaliers. So that's a good move there. We have some more moves around the league. We also had the Utah Jazz getting involved here. They ended up Portland ends up making a move here. Utah acquiring a Portland guard, Nickeil Alexander Walker. They removed him, and they now he's in Utah. So Utah ends up benefiting from that McCullough deal. And we got Juancho Hernan Gomez in the three-way deal. The Spurs get Tomas and a second-round pick. The Blazers, Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles is going to be an inspiring contract. It's going to give Portland flexibility. They're going to give them flexibility to get more under the cap, sign some players, and be able to pick up assets. So we see Portland looks like they're retanking, rebuilding. We all heard Damian Lillard said he's not going anywhere. He's not moving anywhere. He's going to stay in Portland. So it'll be interesting to see what he does going forward. If Damian Lillard is moved, he got about another 2 hours, an hour and a half actually before the trade deadline is officially done. So no news front from the New York Knicks. Although wait a minute, I got the Knicks. Leon Rose, we got a live view where Leon Rose is in the war room this afternoon, and he's taking a nap, folks. So Leon Rose is taking a nap. The man decides to take a nap on trading deadline night. My God, that is sad. So wake up, Leon Rose. Wake up. Also, we saw earlier in the day, we saw that the Magic's Boston Celtics make a move here. And Celtics getting some financial cap relief, trading PJ Dozier, Bobo, and a future second round to the Magic for cash consideration for a future second round pick. That is a salary dump. Both players, PJ Dozier as well as Bobo, both are on the injured reserve, out for the season. They won't play this year. So that was just to save money for them. So let's see if the Knicks will wake up tonight. Yeah, Maria says, come on. Wake up, no sleep. We need wins. Let's go. We need to revamp this team. A lot of noise been around Cam Reddish. The Knicks talking about they might flip Cam Reddish and some deals. Cam Reddish has a clause in his contract that he has to be traded in a separate deal for same money, 1-for-1, cannot be added as a package deal. You could trade, but it has to be a 1-for-1 deal, separate, and it has to be the money has to be the same. So we shall see if the Knicks will flip Cam Reddish. I personally hope not. I'm a big proponent of keeping Cam Reddish in the league in the team for the New York Knicks, but we shall see there. Let's see some more. There's some more trades as we see there. Those are the participants of that big four team trade there. The Kings with DiVincenzo, Trey Lyles, Josh Jackson, Serge Ibaka, 2 first-round picks, Clippers, Ronnie Hood, Simeon Olajay, and Marvin Bagley, the third. I put junior, but it meant the third, going to Detroit. But let's get back to that Brooklyn Nets there. Boy, if you're the Brooklyn Nets, I think they got better. If you ask me personally, my opinion, I think Brooklyn got much better. I know you're losing James Harden, who gets a lot of assists, draws a lot of fouls, who gets his men involved. But you're also getting a Ben Simmons we haven't seen him play since last playoff series, but hopefully he's in shape. He's also vaccinated, so he'll be able to play home games as well for the Brooklyn Nets. He's a 6'10" point guard who you could play him in isolation, who could get to the paint. All-star, by the way. You also get some young lethal shooter in Seth Curry, and also Andre Drummond goes. They needed rim protection. Andre Drummond now could slide into the starting lineup and be their starting center. You could back them up with either Blake Griffin, or you could move the Blake Griffin now to the power forward, and you also have the young man from they drafted the rookie. They have options now. Now they could lengthen their rotation. So Brooklyn, when you still have Kyrie, you still have Kevin Durant if he returns when he returns from the injury, and you have two top. Now you have three all stars, and all three do different things. Totally agree that Brooklyn Nets won that trade, and also for Brooklyn now, Harden at the end of the year is in line to get a supermax, 5 years, $264 million supermax. Now, if Philadelphia resigns him and give him the supermax, they have to move players around. You know what that means is you got an aging 33-year-old James Harden going to Brooklyn. I mean, going from Brooklyn to Philadelphia. You're gonna make now the 76ers older, and also they have to shed salary, and they're gonna have to maybe move a Tobias Harris or players at that fourth. This is the off season though, before now they're gonna be an extreme luxury tax. So it's interesting to see, and it's also good, and a good thing. It benefits the Eastern Conference, if you ask me, in a cynical way, because now the 76ers, their window is now. If they don't win, their window is gonna close immediately. Even though Harden, what is he's gonna have two strong years the way he's going. But what makes you think if they have to get rid of their assets and bust their and fire sale most of their just to stay under the cap, he's not going to want to pull the same shenanigans and want to leave to 76ers to go somewhere else to win. We don't know, because this is now his third team. This is the third team he's done this already. And I know it benefits him, Harden, be honest with you, to leave Brooklyn to go to set, but you cannot say it's about the cities, because Philadelphia, you think New York, Brooklyn, let's say this way, Brooklyn it was a picnic compared to what you're going to go into in 76ers, in my opinion. So good luck to him. Good luck to James Harden. You thought you had a chance here in New York, and you didn't get the full frontal of the New York media. It's the Knicks who gets the full frontal, full coverage, and you're complaining you couldn't handle it. So good luck in Philadelphia. I don't know what makes that man think he's going to have a picnic in Philadelphia. So good luck with him there. But we'll see. We'll see what other moves there. We got a lot of moves on the table. Myself, the Knicks, I want them to get some a point guard, but I don't know if they could do that. It's nothing is happening. Johnny Davis, salute Johnny Davis. Look for something to happen. It'll be cool if we had Harden. Um, Johnny, if we would have got Harden before, but when he was available from the set from Houston going to Brooklyn, and then the Knicks would have got him. Now, if that timeline, I say yes. But now he's 30. Remember, he's 33 years old. A lot of hamstring injuries. Although I think this one was fabricated. I think he had nothing to do with his hamstrings. He's just using that as a decoy. But wow, James Harden would help, but I don't think he don't fit our timeline. That he don't fit the New York Knicks timeline currently right now, with the Knicks. So I wish we could get a skill player like James Harden, a younger James Harden. That's kind of skill set. If we could find him in the league, that's what we need. Yes, we need a James Harden, but at the age to fit the timeline of this team. But back to the Brooklyn Nets. One thing that goes underrated here. Not only they get a young shooter in Steph Curry, Andre Drummond, excuse me, who's going to play center there, a starting center immediately, and they got 2 first-round picks. They got this year, and they got a lottery protected 2027. That and you never know. Brooklyn might, now they get retooled. They could package those picks this year if they really want to go for it and try to get some other players in here. A couple of draft picks. See, I'll check this. We'll check their cap situation, if they can move those picks and a couple players here and try to revamp and retool. And Brooklyn, wow, it'd be funny. It'll be funny to see what Brooklyn does here. They still got about another little bit over an hour and 15 minutes left here. So you're looking at about 90 minutes left, roughly under 90 minutes before the trade deadline is over. And usually about half hour after they announce some trades if it comes in the last minute. So Sean Marks and company, they're going to be busy for try to revamp but one guy that I know that's really busy right now, and I know he's really busy and is working hard, and he's really, really extremely working hard, and not to drool on himself, is Leon Rose. So Leon Rose is working extremely hard on that nap. Man, I envy him now. I wish I could be taking a nap, but we can't. So wow. Guys, what you think about Kelvin? Any move? Do you want to see Cam Reddish be moved here? And for who? I don't want him to go to the Lakers. And now if you're the Knicks organization and you put your, think, why would the Lakers want Cam Reddish? If you're the Knicks, hello, there's talent there. I don't get what the Knicks why. What's the pushback on not wanting Cam Reddish? Dangerous, salute dangerous. So we should see there. Now what makes sense if I could get if one for one, and but I don't think there's a $6 million or $7 million player out there that they could trade one for one to bring in here for Cam Reddish, then I'll say yes. But can't remember once again, Cam Reddish cannot be placed with another player like for instance, let me give you an example. You cannot trade Cam Reddish and Burks for anyone because there's a clause in Cam Reddish's contract that does not allow that to be traded. In a deal, they have to be separate deals. I am Heel. Salute, I am Heel. Heel says the Nets won that trade easily. Everyone agrees with that because the Knicks play the Brooklyn Nets received 2 first-round picks along with players that they could use right now, NBA ready players in Drummond and Curry. Both of these players are going to be really good. When you have you got guys driving to the basket. Not only that, now you have an inside scorer, post scorer in Andre Drummond who could score down low in the box. They pick the ball back out around the horn and they could shoot. Kevin Durant, also a lethal shooter who oof, it is phenomenal. He might be able to waive that clause. No, I don't think it's until March. Dangerous. He has a date, I think March 24th or something around. It's in March. After the trade deadline, it becomes waived off. So that's a clause that is in his contract. I don't think he could trade. Those are part of the CBA. NBA basketball contracts are one of the most weirdest and crazy trades and moves. That's why you see guys sign players a little early and give them the contract. Like for instance, with in our case, in the Knicks case, you had Julius Randle. Julius Randle could have not gotten traded until February 3rd. And is in his contract. He signed a contract extension that leaves on February 3rd. Then after February 3rd, he could be traded. Now in the summertime before the new season starts, NBA, he has a trade kicker. Now, if you could trade Julius Randle on the NBA draft night, you don't have to pay the trade kicker. Now, when the new season starts, when the new season of free agency starts in July, then that trade kicker kicks in. There's a date. NBA contracts are so weird and so finicky and so complex sometimes. And that's how that goes with those kind of kickers and those kind of clause and languages in those different contracts. So that's with Julius Randle. That's what happened with him there. I am Hill. He goes, hell no, I don't want to trade. Hell no, I want to trade all the vets only. Fumbly hands Noel. Butterfingers Noel. Fumbly hands Noel. Taj, okay. Kemba and possibly Burks. Remember, Taj is an interesting name, Kelvin. Taj is making $5 billion this year, but next year's contract is not guaranteed. He has a non-guaranteed contract that might be attractive for teams to pick up. Like you want to send Taj to an organization, like for instance, let's say I'm going to use an example. I don't see him going there, but to the Milwaukee Bucks, you could have sent him there, and Bucks could have used him for the season. He's on non-guaranteed contract. They let him go. He's back again with the Knicks. So you could do him that kind of a favor to Todd Gibson. I could see maybe a Todd Gibson going tonight. In a couple hours, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear a Woj bomb coming in at any second towards that. Kemba Walker, I think, to be honest with you, Kemba could be moved there, but I think they're going to stash Kemba. If they don't move him here, I don't think they buy him out either. I think they'll just keep him here, shut him down, and just hold on to him. Now, Burks is the one that's really, really intriguing to me. I personally think Burks is going to be interesting. Let's see. Who I don't know if they have any more assets, guys, but maybe in a 3-team deal, maybe you send Burks to Philadelphia. Now he looks intriguing because they just lost Curry. Steph Curry just left Philadelphia. Now Burks could go into the Philadelphia, but I don't think Philadelphia has enough. If you want to give me Maxey, Shake Milton, I don't think they want to do that. They don't have a they maybe they want to do that. You could probably get that there, and maybe we would send them a second round pick because now we get yourself a point guard in Tyron Maxey. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. I think with that Harden move, that domino that fell, I think there's going to be more little intricate moves. I think there's going to be moves there. So if I'm the Knicks, I would try to see if I send Burks to the Philadelphia 76ers, try to get one of their excess point guards, and see if you're able to get it. So we shall see on that there. Let's see. I am Hill. I am Hill traded either young players or face of the franchise type of players. And let's see, guys. Let's see who else we got there. Let me give me a second, guys. Salute Chef Dan. And Chef Dan is on the line, folks. So I have Chef Dan on the line. Will be with us in an hour. So just wanted to let you guys know. Ooh, so we're talking here to see, and he's having Chef Dan is on the phone with me on the other line there, in my ear, and he's telling me he is excited that Ben Simmons is coming to Brooklyn. He says no one's untouchable. This team doesn't have an identity. So they so let's get some more tip. Let me get some more tickers up here. And also we talked about that a little earlier. So Chef Dan will be joining us. Just called me on the line. So he'll be coming in a moment here. And let's see some more stuff there. So I am Hill says, as a matter of fact, fans, I'll take Noel back for the right trade. Hey, Hill, you guys could use a center, but I don't know what the Knicks want one guy from your team and one guy only, and that's Jalen Brunson. I don't know if Jalen Brunson is going to be able to move the needle. If Noel will bring us back, that I don't know what your team's direction, if they who they want to bring in, who they want to go forward, if they want to. This is something the Knicks and Dallas will be talking in the offseason. It looks like it. It looks like they're heading for some negotiation there, signing trade, with the New York Knicks. So we shall see there for Jalen Brunson. If we keep Burks, we should only play with the Rack Pack and Derrick Rose. Yes, but and he says, I just got a notification that the Lakers are interested in Alec Burks. Hey, that's another, the Lakers are so animate of trying to get rid of Horton Tucker. Let I don't know, folks, or Kendra Nunn. Kendra Nunn was talked about with Cam Reddish, 1-for-1. It all depends. It all depends there. Personally, Kendrick Nunn, the Knicks were interested in him in free agency this summer. That's the kind of player they would like to get him, but at what expense? Is that a Cam Reddish expense? A 1-for-1? That's a deal that could work because the salaries match and they could actually exchange each other. But then it's weird. Why? I don't know. It's just me. I know this is a business, and I have to attach business from personal. I personally like Cam Reddish. I want to see Cam Reddish succeed on the Knicks. But if it's a business, if we get yourself a point guard and bring a point guard in here, a young point guard that could actually help the team, and Thibodeau is not going to play Cam Reddish, I hate it. But I have to support it. I personally won't like it, but if we get a point guard, finally a semblance of a point guard who could run the offense, set the guys up, pick and rolls, who could actually look like a floor general, even though it's not at the high level or the sexy point guard name that we want. And we, Cam Reddish. Well, I'd rather be Cam than Obi Toppin. If I had to pick the lesser of both evils. So that's with that there. So Kevin T. So Kevin T. Jones says the Lakers are interested. I'm looking around to see. Yeah, Evan Fournier is another name. The Knicks got some calls I just got from Fred Katz. Fournier. So Fournier, there's a couple players reading about calling about Evan Fournier. Let's see if the Knicks move Evan Fournier here. Mr. Davis, embarrassing that we have so much costume jewelry that nobody wants, and it gets nothing worth it with what we play of the of would be the play of the year. Yeah, we have, it's when you have a lot of cosmetic, a lot of costume jewelry. No one, it looks beautiful. It goes with the outfits. But there's no real value to it. So good analogy there. That's a really good analogy. I like that one there. And Kelvin T. Jones says that the Dallas Mavericks are the New York of the West. Yeah. Also, let's get Chef Dan on. Let's see what Chef Dan. Chef Dan, salute Chef Dan. You're still muted, my friend. So we'll get Chef Dan working there. And Chef Dan is excited. By the way, Chef Dan, guys, the Chef Dan has done a phenomenal job on the West Coast trip. Phenomenal job on the play-by-play and watch along. I can never be so much proud to have him there. The number six seeks for itself with the the likes. You still no juice yet there. So he with the likes and the viewership, he's done a phenomenal job. I am so proud of Chef Dan, the direction he returned to the Knicks. It has not been an easy West Coast trip with the Knicks here losing those 3 games. The way that total blowout, but he's done such a wonderful job. Easy to just go to sleep with no worries and phenomenal. Chef Dan, are we back to normal?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh my gosh. What happened? Oh my gosh. No one is untouchable. Harden to Philly. They let Daryl Morey win. Oh my god.
Actually, I was commenting earlier, but personally, I think Brooklyn did really well.
Yeah, Brooklyn came away winning as well. They get
They get
Seth
Ben
Curry. Oh,
they
Ben
get Ben
Simmons.
Simmons, Curry, and they managed to move Paul Millsap as well, which I should have put there on that. Paul Millsap goes to Philadelphia with James Harden. Brooklyn, they receive Curry, Draymond, Andre Drummond. I keep saying Draymond Green. I have him thought in my head. Yeah, and they end up getting, they get 3 good players, 2 first round picks, Chef Dan. This year's and 2027 protected lottery protected pick, which could convey into a 2028 pick if they in that lottery. But that's still good because now you could package that and you can move to add more assets to the Brooklyn Nets.
Most definitely, the Brooklyn Nets are kind of they found a way. Not only have they now have more first round picks to kind of package around and things of that nature. If they wanted to move someone else or if they wanted to get someone else, they now solve some of their defensive woes that they have in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant with a Ben Simmons. You now have you supply your shooting. You already have Patty Mills, but now you supply it with a Seth Curry. It just helps things along. It's a good deal for both teams. I think Brooklyn, they shouldn't feel like they got robbed.
No, Brooklyn did not. They got younger. They got
Yes.
younger. They got younger. They got guys under contract still, except for Andre Drummond. I think it expires at the end of the year. I think he only had a 1 year deal with 76ers anyway, for the remainder of the season. But also, not only that, you also got those 2 picks. You still keep Curry on. You still keep Simmons. You still know Simmons still isn't going anywhere. And now Simmons is not required to take the big load. You got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. With now Ben Simmons could be the could actually feed the ball to a Kyrie and have Kyrie be the spot up shooter. You know how Ben Simmons like to go into the paint, drive, and he has such a great court vision at 6'10". He could see the Curry, Kyrie, Durant. Even when they have Aldridge who could shoot the three. Blake Griffin was been very decent shooting the three as well. You also got Cam Thomas. So there's a lot of shooters surrounded Ben Simmons here, and he's in a position of success. And if, I hate to say it as being Knicks fans, Brooklyn, I think to me personally, just got more better. I know,
Yeah,
and
they just
also
yeah.
Harden is a 33-year-old player who's descending on the descending. He's up at the end of the season. He's going to command a $269 million 5 year supermax, and is also going
Yeah.
to weaken the 76ers now. Now they have to match that. They got to sign him. They have to take then. Now they have to get rid of maybe you know players around their team. Maybe they have to start cutting roster and to fit. And who knows? And I think 76ers, personally, the window is tonight to this year. If it doesn't, that's going to start to close immediately.
It is going to start to close because you have a guy in Joel Embiid. Everyone has been kind of clamoring for them to get the Ben Simmons trade done because they feel like the performance that Joel Embiid is giving you, especially as, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, especially as a big man, you don't want to waste those years. The big men, they don't age gracefully. So when you have a dominant big man like a Joel Embiid, you should most definitely take advantage of
I've
of
got
that.
another. I've got another trade just came in here. Breaking news here. The Indiana Pacers have finalizing a trade to send forward Torrey Craig to the Suns for Jalen Smith. So Torrey Craig goes and a future second round pick. So the Suns send a future second round pick, Jalen Smith to the Pacers. The Phoenix Suns, G Money's young and fun Phoenix Suns, they receive Torrey Craig.
Yeah, and that was Torrey Craig was the guy they had last year on their team. I believe he played really some instrumental minutes for them. Coming down, I'd say really in the Western Conference Finals and some of the finals, he was really good for them. So he he now rejoins the Suns. It's a deal for them as well. Did you talk about the Romeo Langford deal?
No, I did not. Please elaborate with that one. I did not get to that
Um,
one yet.
yes, the Celtics and the Spurs have traded. The Celtics have received Derek White, and the Spurs have received Romeo Langford. So that was the trade, along with Josh Richardson.
Okay, so so Kobe White now falls into that Evan Fournier trade inception for the Celtics. Remember, the Celtics made a move prior to that in order to set up this move was with the Orlando Magics. They send Bobo
Mm.
and PJ Dozier to Orlando for second round pick and cash consideration to get alleviation on their cap there to allow this move because now they slid White into that uh, trade exception that they had. So good move there. Boston retooling. Everyone's retooling. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got a minute. The Knicks war room. Let's go to the war room. Oh man, what a
Oh
powerful nap
man.
there. Yeah, back again.
Woo.
So Mr. Leon Rose sleeping
Woo.
on the job there, man.
You gotta wake up, buddy.
Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed.
Oh my gosh. The power nap.
Yeah,
A power nap for a powerful man, right?
a very powerful man. And now let's get back to the other trade here that happened for the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs a little busy. They received Dorian Godric from the Raptors. They got a protected 2022 first round goes to the Spurs for Drew Eubanks and a 2022 second round for the Pistons. Now they look like they're going to waive Dragic, and now he's going to go to any of the team he likes.
Johnny Timing, you said the Knicks will either do nothing or something really stupid.
Would it surprise you?
I, I
When you say
hey,
that,
I
Johnny
the
Timing,
only
when you say that, you know what we need to play after that? Dun, dun, we are the New York Knicks.
dude,
I mean, that's
yeah, that's
right after that statement.
I can't like yeah. At this point, I can't disagree with that. I can't say that that's a false statement. Um,
It's a frustrating. You know what? But you know what? No, all serious aside, folks. Us as Knicks fans, Johnny and Russell and Dangerous and Kelvin and Maria and I'm here. Well, he was a Dallas, but all our Knicks fans and all that are listening to us. Um, this is now 2 years in a row that this front office done nothing, Bugats, to improve the team on the trading deadline. Now I'm worried. No, I am worried. I understand last year the calamity, but now I'm a little worried.
at this point, no, you have to be worried because oh man, I didn't want to put it in this context, but now that the front office is in the situation that it's in, you have to put it in this context. Last year they were able to succeed with what? With signings from Steve Mills' regime. That's what they went over with. The only signing that came in that was, if I remember correctly, that was how do I say it? That was a Leon Rose signing was Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers didn't work out.
And
So now
Derrick
you have
Rose, but we could say that's Thibodeau
that's a
and Todd
Thibodeau
Gibson
acquisition. That's
And Gibson.
but Gibson came here before Rose
Correct.
and
Correct.
Thibodeau. So
Correct.
Taj Gibson was also that was a Steve Mills. That was a Steve Mills acquisition. This year we've had nothing but Leon Rose, Scott Perry acquisitions, and right now things are looking bad. That's why I didn't want to put it in that context, but now you have no choice but to. You didn't succeed with your signings. You succeeded with someone else's signings.
And and one thing though, one thing we got to give credit where credit's due, and knock when knock is due. Although we still have the jury still out. There's still a lot of jury, a lot to be examined. But for right now, between Andy Greer, Brock Aller, Brock Aller and company, they could show that they could scout and they could draft really good players. That yes, you got to give them credit. They had a nice draft. I didn't say a great draft, a nice draft because their story has not been told with these draft picks.
Not only that, but it's back to back really good draft picks.
Correct.
You
Correct.
it man with I can't I'm not gonna put a whole bunch of stock into the news saying that the front office is divided and the front office and the coaching staff is divided. I'm not gonna put a whole bunch of stock into that. But if they are divided, right, they're 1-1 right now. If the coaching staff feels like, hey, more vets is gonna help them, they had a successful year last year. If the front office feels like, hey, we can draft really well and these players are going to show out, they're winning right now because look at this year. The only team that has looked really, really good. I mean, the only time this team has looked really, really good is when the young players are playing. Russ, you said that they missed on Halliburton, should have taken him instead of Obi. I don't know if that's true, man. Was Halliburton going to play as much minutes? We're still talking about a Tom Thibodeau here. We probably would have never seen the things that Halliburton can do.
Right, and also with that, I'll get to Johnny Timon's comment in a minute because I got a funny crack with that. Let me get that out of the way here, bro. Johnny here thinks that they should keep the team and roster together, bro. He's on crack. Yeah, they give me the president's giving out free crack pipes, so he'll fit in perfect with that. But let's get back to the Halliburton thing. This is the reason Obi Toppin was drafted because he was 24 years old, Chef Dan. NBA when the scouting report was NBA ready to plug and play, ready to put not a lot of coaching needed. He had the skill set needed. Now they were plans. Remember the plan before last season was play Julius Randle to the trading deadline, maximize him, and move him on. So they drafted Obi Toppin to fit Tom Thibodeau's narrative was I need NBA ready player that's going to come out there and ready to play. So that means that Tom Thibodeau with that move, and I should have thought about that, and as I meditated and thought about it throughout the day, was they were bought Thibodeau here to win now, not to develop players. So I don't think so. Now we're upset because he's not developing players. But the front office, if you think about it, front office showed their hand because if they really were developing players, and this team has not had a point guard for what almost 20 plus years. I don't think you could even say longer. Even when the Patrick Ewing era, they really didn't really have a strong number one, a strong point guard. Maybe Charlie Ward, Derek Harper was old. Chris Childs, okay, was a little bit of a pretty decent point guard and so forth. Marbury played for a few years, but let's it's a revisionist history, semantics right now. But the point is they show their hand saying, you know what, we're not here to develop. We're here to bring players that are play ready now, and now we're like we need to develop our own players. So I don't know. We were complaining now, but they actually showed us their hand last year.
They most definitely did, and man, we're um we're coming to a point now where it's how many we're about 53 minutes away from the end of the trading deadline, and we have to ask ourselves, does any team want what we have?
No, excuse me, Mr. Johnny Davis said it really perfect right before you came on. I'll find it in a second. He said the most wonderful quote. That's the quote right there.
Embarrassing that we have so much costume jewelry that nobody wants. If we get anything worthwhile, that would be the play of the year. Yeah, it can I say that the biggest highlight of the season was when we traded for Cam Reddish?
It was because we were all excited. We didn't do a stream. We held our reserve. We were like, you know what, let everyone, have their there was so everyone that night. I got so many notifications from every other Nick content creator that they were going live. Reddish. I know I celebrated with Chef Dan on the phone while I was at work. We were just excited. I know I text Dangerous as well. A few of us. But and now they're talking about trading him here. It's like, what are we doing? Can't chat on TV. Had to put you back on the phone. So, so Kelvin took off the 85-inch TV and went back to the phone.
Oh, oh.
Happy Prince. I don't know if we're trading anybody. We're claiming we're hoping we could break some news here on the New York Knicks. We seen Brooklyn already made a trade. We seen Boston made a trade. We saw Cleveland made a trade a couple of days ago. The Kings, who everybody was wanted, so many people, and mega trades and not nothing there, and still no moves. But I think I'm gonna say there's a glimmer of hope though on the ESPN uh, programming. The one and only, the ravishing Monica McNutt is on. So hopefully there's some news about the Knicks. If she's on there, let's just hope that she's gonna break the news for the Knicks here
Yeah.
or get
I'd
her
rather her
reaction.
break, yeah. Let her break it before Woj does. Oh man, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm at a loss
disappointing.
for
It's
words.
it's
No. It's
disappointing.
that's not even what I'm referencing. You know what has me at a loss for words? You know who is really like just celebrating on Twitter right now? Robert Randolph, the author of the Friday Night Knicks song. This
Oh,
guy is
please.
just celebrating because he thinks he's got something right. He hasn't called any trades right at all yet. I just this guy is so funny.
Hey, remember, to that man, a broken clock is correct twice a day, my friend. Remember that.
This man is a sundown. Oh man. And bad news on top of worse.
Well,
Ladies
I
and
know.
gentlemen, RJ
Go ahead.
Barrett has been downgraded to out for tonight's game versus the Warriors. We knew it was a possibility, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll sit out both games on the road
Hmm.
tonight. Tomorrow, Golden State. By the way, we'll be here live on the BX Pro
Oh,
Jedi Network. So
excuse me.
yes, sir.
Additional information. James Harden is going to exercise his player option, so he's planning to stay in Philadelphia for one more year.
So he's doing them a favor.
Yeah.
So the window went from shutting to just keep it a little bit open so a little breeze could go into Philadelphia. So they got so it'll be interesting. That's going to be an interesting war between those two in the playoffs if they meet up with each other. And Darrell Davis will be all right.
Now I wish I could have believed you, man. I wish I could believe you. I don't know if we're gonna be all right.
If
Is
they
we
don't make a
gonna
move,
be all
if they
right?
don't make a move, guys, if they don't trade anyone, I will be okay. But the thing is, the coach is going to be tempted to keep
Playing
playing the same players. That's
exactly.
the only reason why us as Knicks fans, I think, want to make him to make a move because we want him to develop these young players, and the way they're going to develop is playing them on the floor. Oh, look at this. Dangerous. His next tickets is the Knicks 76ers game. Now we're really gonna get crushed. Hmm. Do I smell secondary market, Russ.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's got to
god.
be you got to say a stipulation. I give you these tickets to sell them, but you got to be a Brooklyn Net fan and you got to boo Harden.
Yeah.
Oh man. So we'll see tonight. No RJ Barrett tonight. In StubHub, absolutely. Yeah, there
Hey,
you go. So no RJ tonight. Now we don't know who's gonna still be on the team. We don't know. We gotta wait by at least 4 o'clock. That's why we're because 3 o'clock is the deadline, but a lot of trades get to the commissioner's office for approval and then they get announced to the public. So just because the 3 o'clock hour passed doesn't mean that the trades are in the office, but they're not announced to the public or made known to the media yet. So there'll be rumors and stuff, but we shall see. About 45 minutes, guys. 45 minutes left. And
my
the thing is,
god.
you don't hear a sniff of a rumor though. You don't hear a sniff.
Yo,
You don't hear a sniff where guys are
nothing.
talking
You
on
know what that
stages.
means? You know what that means? We're gonna get a. And I need Knicks fans, please, please do me one favor. After the trade deadline, when you hear a whole bunch of almost trades, take everything with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, not a grain. Take the salt shaker and just dump the thing on your tongue.
Shake it like a
Because a
shake it,
lot of,
shake it like
yeah,
a
a
straw,
lot of
shake it like
these
a straw, shake it.
teams, especially because they know how volatile the Knicks fan base can be, some of these opposing GMs, they just put these rumors out there just so that we, can make the job harder for our guys. So,
Hold on, let's check in.
oh,
Let's check in.
let's check in.
Got a pulse? Somebody put a cookie in him. Maybe he has a
I don't know.
diabetic coma or something.
I don't know. He's got the itis. Is that it?
I don't
Did he
know. He
eat
probably had
heavy?
no trade involving RJ Deuce, Grimes, Obi, Sims, Mitchell, anyone else I could would trade for peanut butter jelly sandwich.
My man said peanut butter sandwich, not even the jelly.
Yeah, that's right. That's that he. If you don't got a glass of milk with that, that's a rough one,
Yeah,
man.
that's a rough sandwich. He said he does not care. He'll let it stick to the roof of his mouth.
It looks like Westbrook is not going anywhere.
That's fine. That's fine.
He goes, well, we have to trade these guys to get something. Mm. And nobody the funny thing is the Lakers need help. They got players. Nobody wants to Horton Tucker. Nobody wants Alec Perks from us. I mean, my goodness, what is
At this point, the Lakers might as well trade Russ for John Wall.
no that they're talking LeBron doesn't want John Wall.
Hmm.
They just Ramona Shevley is on right now and she's mentioning that. Nothing's changing and it and
LeBron,
they're not gonna do something just to do something. They'll might as well
yeah.
keep Westbrook. And I think last night's loss was deflating, losing to Portland for those Lakers.
Oh yeah,
And
with
one,
no CJ
yeah,
and no Dame.
yeah. And the one thing is, be honest with you, the only thing I could say is silver lining, or I feel a little okay. I'm not laughing on the Lakers' pain because we're going through the worst. We're going through some really bad, rough times as well. But at least they can't blame Carmelo Anthony on this one.
Yeah, no, no,
They cannot blame him.
no. This, if anything, Melo's the acquisition that's okay.
It's
Every
helpful.
other acquisition is okay except Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, yeah. And then look. If Westbrook doesn't get moved here, boy, it's gonna be a rough ending of the last 27 games at least for them with Vogel and Westbrook. Because remember, the head coach needs the starting point guard to run their offense, run the play, and if they're at odds or they're not, you know, on the same page, it's gonna be tough. But they have a good alpha male there in LeBron James, but he looked defeated yesterday. You see his press conference? He was like, "I'm tired. I'm gonna go home and have a glass of wine and go to sleep." I'm like, he's frustrated and tired. It's like this
Yo, when they
season is really
asked,
weighed down on him.
oh yeah, when they asked him after the Bucks game, can the team get to the level of the Bucks? I think his answer was just no, no, they're not there yet, and he doesn't see them getting there.
He sounded
I
like
get it.
Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this crap.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what's your thoughts on? I didn't get you on earlier. For those that are coming later here in the program, we had a 14 trade. Let me find it for a moment. And the 14 trade here, you saw Clippers getting Serge Ibaka in a 14 deal. Actually, the Bucks getting Serge Ibaka. The Bucks getting the Bucks. Who did they get? The Bucks
The
get
Bucks
Serge
got
Ibaka.
Serge
Correct.
Ibaka and two
Help
second
me out
round
there.
picks. The Clippers are getting Rodney Hood and Semi Ojeleye. The Kings get Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Jackson, and Trey Lyles. And the Pistons get Marvin Bagley III. I'm
Thoughts?
not gonna lie to you. It sounds weird. The Kings look like they're building a competitive roster. I don't know why. It just sounds weird, but it looks like they're building a competitive roster. The
Yeah.
Clippers, they're building guys that just, I feel like you want those ancillary pieces that can alleviate the scoring load from Paul George and Kawhi Leonard when they come back. So you see them getting guys like Rodney Hood and I think Robert Covington, things of that nature. They're getting good players. Um,
Yeah, I think this trade then helps everybody.
yeah,
Believe
the
it or not, this is one
Pistons,
of the rare four teams. All these teams got something that they need. The Bucks get their stretch five. No Brook. If Case Brook Lopez doesn't return, doesn't seem like he's coming back. It
yeah,
helps them stretch the floor. Now Giannis, could drive and go in the paint, and Ibaka doesn't need to clock the paint there. He could go on in the corners or stretch the floor, shoot, hit the three at the wing, or vice versa. And you also, like you said, Clippers get Ronnie Hood, Semi Ojeleye, the guys that are role players that know their roles to a maximum when you have Paul George as well as Kawhi Leonard when if and when they return this season, along with some of the players that they have currently right now balling out with Reggie Jackson and company, that's a nice pickup for them. And for the Kings, Dante DiVincenzo, you put him there with Sabonis, Fox, and company, and Davion Mitchell, who's been balling out as well. That's a nice move there. For like you said, they're building something there in Sacramento. And for Marvin Bagley III, a player that I like, it also tells us, you know what, Mitchell Robinson is not in play for Detroit. You got Marvin Bagley, unless if they try to get a twin tower, action there along with Kate Cunningham. You never know, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Marvin Bagley needs to restart. You put him there with another point guard with Kate Cunningham to develop, make him a fresh start there. The kid is from a Phoenix kid. He goes to Detroit. Maybe Sacramento was just something that he wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't just didn't fit. Who knows? There, he's a restricted free agent. We shall see.
at least we're getting Quentin Grimes back tonight. That's good. But yeah, in regards to the Pistons, I want them to be very careful. Marvin Bagley is coming up for that extension. They just gave they are going to be able to clear some cap because I believe they're going to trade what's his name, Jerami Grant. If not this trade deadline, they're kind of looking to oh wow, as another trade just comes down the pipeline.
Here we
Give me
go.
one moment. The Wizards are sending Montrezl Harrell to Charlotte.
Uh
So I
oh.
wonder what Charlotte is getting back.
Uh oh. That's not good for Charlotte. I mean, that's good for Charlotte. That's not good for the league. Charlotte was a center, really a center away, a good center away. Montrezl Harrell was, although he's really more a power forward, if you ask me,
He's a hybrid power forward, kind of stays in the
because he's
post,
like,
but
was he like 6'8"?
yeah, but he's an intimidating 6'8".
Yeah, yeah. He plays above his height.
Yes,
He plays way above his height, but interesting there. The one of the darling players out there is PJ Washington, but I don't think PJ Washington is going to be the main guy going back to the seven because he would have been the first name on that trade. To me, PJ Washington moves the needle here. Although
they might.
they say Miami's been hot and heavy over trying to get a PJ Washington.
It may be, but Shams right now he's kind of tweeting to be first. We just need the full information. That's what Wojnarowski's beating him at right now. See, Shams is getting the information out first, but Woj is getting all the details out. So we
Yeah,
just
it's
need to
telling me
wait for.
Washington is yeah. You're right. Let's see.
Okay, so they are sending Montrezl Harrell to Charlotte in return for Vernon Carey and Ish Smith.
So the Knicks will not be getting Ish Schmidt. Vernon Carey, another young rookie center, and Ish Schmidt. Those are the two names proposed to the Knicks. I'm in a move. They came up earlier during the week, but Montrezl Harrell moved the needle for them. Um, wow, that's okay. I don't know how. Why? I guess that will help. Is Washington punting? What do you think of Washington here? Because a team
The
that we're
report
trying to chase.
I know, but the report has been put out, and even Montrezl Harrell liked the report out there. It seems like the Washington Wizards are trying to trade everyone except for Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma, which is
So,
surprising. I, does that even mean that Rui Hachimura is on the table?
but it's Sam. It's still a lot of time left here. Half hour, more, a
Mhm.
little more over about 35 minutes away before the deadline. Before the trades have to be in the offices of the commissioner of the NBA. Um, a lot could happen. There could be some moves here. Now here's another thing though. As much as we think Leon Rose is sleeping there behind the wheel, folks, here's another person that we were like, oh, we
Ooh,
gotta sign him in here. Go ahead, Chef Dan. I know you
another
got breaking
trade.
news.
The
Yes, sir.
Wizards are trading Aaron Holiday to the Suns. So we're gonna find out what the Wizards are getting in return. It looks like they're clearing house right now.
The
It's
young and
fire
fun,
sale time. Yep.
the
If
young
the
and fun
Wizards
Phoenix Suns.
if the no, but this is what I'm saying. If the Wizards are doing the fire sale right now, it looks like the Knicks are getting their opportunity to possibly get into a fire sale.
No, that this is the Knicks are going to be dumb enough to want to keep everyone to try to stay for that last playoff spot. That's what that shows me. Now, what was I saying with the 76ers? Actually, with the Wizards. Hold on, let's see.
Ooh,
Harrow
sorry.
to Charlotte.
Ooh.
Another move. What we got there,
Nah,
Chef Dan?
I just got some MMA news. That's it.
All right, let's see. Let's see if anything else came through.
I'm trying to get the rest of that trade done. The rest of the details for that trade there with Shams just trying to be first. I get it. Aaron Holiday to the Suns. Kelvin, you said no one wants Tibbs trash. They asking why should we do that?
Oh yeah, now that I was mentioning, we all get we all attack and we go after Leon Rose, but one name that gets passed through and not given get and needs to be held to the fire equally. William Wesley.
hmm
Oh, he has connections. He's well
hmm
connected behind the scenes. He's giving everybody reach arounds and handshakes and this and that. And we haven't seen anybody. Who the hell has he brought here? Seriously, I'm upset with that. Everybody, I'm over here goofing on Leon Rose, a guy who was an agent who now became a general manager. Well, rightfully so. But the guy that really needs to get fired here is that clown because he's the one that came here. Oh, he's well connected, Mister Worldwide, this and that. Where have you done? Seriously, with all
I,
the reach arounds and all that crap, he hasn't done anything. Oh, I
the
know
record.
everybody. I'm well connected. I knew a person who said that he was going to bring everyone from their mother to come as a guest. He went and promised me MMA fighters, NBA basketball players. Oh yeah, I'm going to bring them on you. Yeah, I'm going to book them. I haven't seen anyone book here. That's what you know what the saying is. Words are taken with the win. Action
Mm-hmm.
speaks louder than words. And this guy hasn't delivered. We should hold him to the fire as Knicks fans. Get him out of here. If wasting Mr. Dolan's money. And I hate Dolan myself, but he's wasting that man's money. Get him out of here. With all this back channel connection crap. What you got? What is the big back? What's the big back channel? Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker. That's it. And he fell on your lap. What you find out? Oh, because OKC didn't want him. So I could go outside tonight. Hey, today's Thursday. It's garbage day, recycling day in my neighborhood. And I could go out there and find someone else's lawn chair and bring it in here and say I got a chair. And guess what? It ain't gonna hold my fat ass for that long either. So, and that's exactly what they did with Kemba Walker. No disrespect to Kemba Walker because he is a Bronx native, Bronx native, prideful. I'm a Bronx proudful guy from the Bronx. But that's exactly what he did. He went out to recycling day. He saw a lawn chair and decided to bring it in, and it didn't work. It didn't fit.
Didn't work.
That's exactly what he did. Hey, my God, we just want the Knicks to do something positive here. We're just, we're going on rants. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much to Michael Caputo, man. It's just rubbing off on me.
No, that's not it, man. I'll just go right back to it, like you said with William Wesley. Like, if he was that connected, how did we not know of the Halliburton trade? Who is he connected with? And those connections clearly didn't work out for you this time. It didn't work out. When are the connections starting to work for the Knicks? We gotta start asking these questions.
Yes.
If he's well connected and well respected, I'm not. I've only heard his name on the Jay-Z rhyme. That's it. I don't know what. Are you telling me he's gonna get Jay-Z over here to be our ambassador or something? I don't.
We got too many of those.
Oh
we got the jinx, the human jinx, Spike Lee, and
you want some news from Robert Randolph?
Sure. Let's see what other fake stuff he's gonna put up.
Knicks fans, Jalen Brunson will be in the Knicks next season for free.
Oh, here's another thing with this. Every year we get gullible. This guy is gonna sign. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not gonna sign with the Bucks. He'll be a Knick. Here's the money talk. BS walks. Oh, Kevin Durant is coming to the Knicks. I remember the famous tweet. I was a fool. Zion, Kyrie, Durant, and then I kept updating with the clip off.
I gotta send you something. The Orlando Magic is hilarious.
My hometown Magics. What did they say? What did they do?
Look who they welcome to the roster.
Let's take a look at that because I cannot wait to see this. Guys, I will put it up on the board immediately.
Yes, put it up on the board.
Once I get it, once I'm able to download it, I'll send it right to you guys so we can see it on the air. Oh, I like. You know what? I like that. You know what? They need to.
That.
I need some of that too.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, desperately need that player on my team, guys. Definitely. Hold on.
They got a good player.
I'm gonna buy that jersey, by the way.
I gotta get that jersey.
That's the jersey I want. Guys. Let me get it up there. Where is the Magic? The new Magic jersey. I wonder. Yeah.
Oh, Kelvin, don't say it. Don't say it because I'm feeling that right now myself.
What is that? Ooh. So down in MCO, that's the computer code for if you want to book a ticket to Orlando. They're gonna bring them down Cimarron Boulevard over to the 408 for those that live in Orlando, over to the Amway Center, and they're gonna have a press conference. And here's the newest consideration for the Orlando Magics. Welcome, cash consideration.
Salute
Orlando
to you.
Magic. Salute. I want that jersey.
Salute. Mr. Consideration. Salute to you.
Bro, I will not even watch one game this year. So dangerous.
Russ, I'm sorry, man. I wish I could have that resolve that you do. But I'm diehard to a point that it hurts me.
So Russ is gonna be called Mr. Stubhub.
Mr. Stubhub, I like that.
Mm-hmm. because you know those tickets are going to Stub.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna go. He says, "Screw that, man. I'm gonna go read some more true crime stories for screw the
Hmm.
Knicks." I mean, that's a good stat. You know what? You should read the Knicks stat line. That's a good true
That's a good
crime story.
that's a good
Have the lovely Jessica just read it out, and you'll definitely. That's a horror story. Here's a story about the New York, or read the Blood in the Garden. That's a scary novel.
Hmm. As soon as she as soon as she reads like 4 or 5 players' stats, you go, can you just spare me the gory details, please?
Hey, Russell, don't feel bad. I'm with you on that one. You know me. I'll be here going, and now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Meanwhile, they're 10 games under 500. And yeah, let's go.
Oh.
I can't. Is that, you see, if I cut myself, these colors just come straight out, man. It's just, I don't, on one hand, on one artery, it's going to read blue and orange. The other artery bleeds pinstripes. The other artery bleeds green jet colors. And the other one bleeds New York Giants colors. I'm screwed. These guys get, I got wounds and scars with these New York teams that are just driving me nuts, man.
You want more updates from Robert Randolph?
Oh, let's go. Then this is
Just got a text.
oh.
LeBron told ownership to please trade Russ for John Wall. Pelinka don't have any bullets in the gun though.
That's why when you blow your load in the beginning, you're done.
He So you mean to tell me Robert Randolph is more connected than William Wesley? I don't believe
Oh
this.
God. Oh God. All the pain. All the pain, bro.
All the pain.
Now,
Oh.
we love to joke around here as well because if you know what you got to, it's not 5 o'clock yet, guys. So that's why the Johnny Walker hasn't been opened up yet or anything like that. It's not 5 o'clock yet. Although it's 5 o'clock somewhere, probably in
It's fine.
Australia or whatever the case is. But oh boy, and let's see. Well, they're giving us. Yeah, I know that. Danny Timon mentioned that earlier with Fournier. He's thinking about this team could make a playoff run. So yeah, I mean, man. Now,
I just, my God, my God, we're just
and
like I.
you know what's gonna be the next thing about those pipes? They're not eco friendly. They need to be recyclable. So now the environmentalists are gonna say like the straws. That's not good for us for the
Oh
environment.
wow, the
Big
Washington
trade, big trade.
Wizards are trading Spencer Dinwiddie to the Dallas Mavericks.
Fuck. Damn. Come on. That means Jalen Brunson's coming to New
Jalen
York.
Brunson's coming to New York. That's the only way that happens.
I wanted Spencer Dinwiddie though. I know he's not showing himself, but I wanted Spencer
No, no, no,
Dinwiddie.
no, no. If anything, like I think. I mean, we.
Let's see. Let's see. There's still hope for Jalen Brunson, folks. There's still hope for Jalen Brunson. We're getting Noel's rear end over there. Where I am Healed. Where's I am Healed? I am Healed should have been breaking this here. He's the
Yeah,
Peter
you
Rose.
gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Peter Rosenberg of MLB, but he loves that. He's my reporter for baseball on the program on the Brahma Strike Back. So where is I am Healed? I thought he had that news there. We're not getting nothing. We're like Willy Wonka. You get nothing. You get nothing.
Nothing. Kristaps
Here we go.
Porzingis is being sent to the Wizards for
The unicorn. The
the
unicorn for
unicorn
Spencer
comes
Dinwiddie.
back. Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow!
The
The
nation's
NBA.
capital is getting Kristaps Porzingis.
Porzingis. Tingus
Wow.
Pingus.
Wow. That
Tingus
that's a
Pingus is a wizard. A
that's a
unicorn
that
and a wizard, right?
that's a Osella ride away from New York City.
It's a package deal centered around Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, so that means
So
Hachimura. Watch, guarantee Hachimura is going back to Denver to Dallas.
no. It's a package. Wait. Yes, you're right. It have to be Hachimura and something else. Maria, salute to you. Thank you so much for joining us today on this trade deadline day.
It's fun
You
because we're
said,
going to
what
be
are the Knicks
spending a lot of
doing?
time with everyone today.
Sleeping? You said,
Let's
what are the
see.
Knicks doing? Sleeping? This is not good. I mean, Jedi, can you check on Leon Rose, see what he's doing right now?
Oh man, he's sleeping. Wake up. Man, he hasn't
Come on.
moved, man. Check if he has a
Has-
pulse there. Man.
My God. Wake up. Porzingis is going to the Wizards. You remember when he laughed at us?
Yeah. Now it shouldn't cost so much for Brunson now. Let's hope.
And
Let's
it
hope.
shouldn't.
And then besides something, let me tell you something. If they do get Brunson in here, it wasn't because of West. It was because of Brunson Sr. relationship with Tom Thibodeau and the
Yes.
organization. So
So then, if
just
anything, does that wait? Let me ask you this question now. Does that
non-Ron
put
salute.
another notch under Thibodeau's belt to say like he's starting to gain that?
Davis Bertans. So David Bertans is going to Dallas along with Spencer Dinwiddie for Kristaps Dinwiddie in return.
Wait, so they're not. You got the full package just now?
I just heard it right now in my ear from the network.
Okay.
Hello there. Any trade situation in Golden, not yet. Nam, not yet. No Golden State has been quiet right now.
And they have no reason to trade right now. They're
Right.
really good.
They could use probably a center, but right now numbs the word. So if none, if they don't make a trade tonight or at all, keep an eye out for Golden State in the buyout market to bring in players guys that get cut and so forth. So you never know. Go ahead, Chef Dan.
Here's another thing I want to say is that I know we're forgetting they have a lottery pick center that had a rookie year last year.
Yes.
They're okay with center. If anything, let him, okay, so
You're welcome.
yes, you're absolutely right. Davis Bertans gets sent to the Mavericks and Kristaps Porzingis comes back to
Interesting.
the
No
Wizards.
draft picks. No draft
Yeah.
picks. No draft picks exchange. Salaries. Which I thought, Dallas, Washington, I thought will try to get at least something from Dallas, although Dallas doesn't really have that much draft capital neither. So now here's this. You got Kristaps Porzingis along with Kyle Kuzman and Bradley Beal. But they don't have a set. Now they don't got a point guard.
They don't. And not only that, I know that team doesn't
Didn't they
really
get Ish Schmitz? Didn't they get Ish Schmitz?
yes,
They
they
got
got
Ish
Ish
Schmitz.
Smith.
They got Ish Schmitz. So I take that back. So
No, wait. Ish Smith got sent somewhere else.
No, they didn't get to Washington. You mentioned it earlier. I didn't have it right. I didn't write it down though. I did. Usually I like to have the ticker
Yes,
and write it down.
Ish Smith is over at Charlotte. That's the Vernon Carey, and no, you're absolutely right.
Yes,
Ish Smith
he
was
on
on
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
He's going
Now he's going back
to
to
Washington.
Wizards. Yes.
Yes.
So they have a point guard in Ish Smith. Okay.
Interesting there. That's an interesting
Very
dynamic.
interesting.
Although, I think didn't Ish Smith was in Washington, so he returns back to the Washington organization. We're interesting. Guys, I wanted to show you the Brooklyn and 76ers lineup. Remember, just those that are coming in right now. The trade was done. 76ers pulled the trade for Harden. This is what the starting lineups potentially might look there in Philadelphia versus Brooklyn. Curry, Kyrie, Durant, Simmons, LaMarcus Aldridge, although Drummond, either or could sweat in there. And you got Harden, Maxey, Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. So, Danny Green has been on shelf himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a trade to try to get something for there for Fournier will look good there. If I'm the Knicks, I would try to see if Fournier will go to the 76ers, but it is what it is. No Nick news there, Jeffrey. So hold your pacemakers, hold your heart conditions. Don't drink the pill, the tablet, the blood pressure medication. Nothing yet. It could be a good or bad thing. Nothing has done yet, but there's been moves here. with Dallas has now multiple point guards on their roster. Spencer Dinwiddie went to now to Dallas. Brunson is a free agent at the end of the season, restricted nevertheless. Expressed that he wants to go to New York. So if you're now you're New York, you have to make that phone call here with 15 minutes and counting. You got to make some moves and see what's going on. What can you do? You got to knock on the doors, make some calls, but we shall see.
Kelvin, you
Oh,
said,
sorry.
I can't believe how many people who keep saying trade RJ Barrett. Those people are not true Knick fans, nor do they even watch Knick games, because if they did, they would know that he is our biggest hope right now. They don't know what they're talking about, Kelvin. It's in
Well,
those moments that you ignore those people.
we Dan Chef Dan, we got 15 minutes to go before the trade. The trading deadline is officially over. And the commissioner's office needs the trade. And Leon Rose, oh my God, he
Oh
moved
my
position.
God.
At least he
He moved,
moved.
he moved, he moved, he moved.
He
That lets us
moved.
know he's alive.
I just hope he doesn't rip a fart there. Let's go. My God, let's go. Wake up. So we shall see
Mm. Wait. I just
what's going on.
it's just, do you remember when Kristaps got traded and he said the truth will come out? Didn't the truth come out there? Ain't you getting moved around?
And yeah, oof. So at least if the Knicks don't make a move here, at least it'll give content creators plenty to talk about Kristaps Porzingis.
I am. I'm sorry. Tim Legler just put out a quote on Porzingis. He's the unicorn because you hardly ever see him.
He's rare. Yeah, that's a rare. They're rare. They're
Yeah,
rare to see. You don't see them often,
you don't see him.
man. So it's 2:45 Eastern Standard Time. 2 o'clock, 45 minutes, 15 minutes exactly before 3 o'clock, before the deadline comes to a conclusion here. Thank you guys for all the likes, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And we all know tonight we'll have the New York Knicks Golden State Warrior watch along and play by play at 9:55. We'll always come 5 minutes before the game time to just go through the lineups introduction, and it looks like it will stay at course at 9:55 because it looks like the Knicks ain't made a movie yet to talk about. So
Mhm.
maybe we'll talk a little bit about RJ Barrett being downgraded as out of the game tonight. So no RJ Barrett. We'll see who Tom Thibodeau slides into the starting lineup. Could it be Burks again? Burks get cloned in Silicon Valley and get two Alec Burks, and Cam Reddish will still be on the bench.
I- Nah, Cam Reddish is not. He's coming off the bench for this game. We don't have the bodies.
Well,
Oh
what
my
did you?
gosh, Robert
Here we go.
Randolph. Knicks move being announced in next 10 minutes.
You better hurry up because there's only 14 left.
Yeah.
His legacy is on the line. His credibility and legacy is on the line there. For you really going hard on him, huh? Like I'm going hard on Wesley.
I'm sorry, but it's just this guy is he's a
Jeffrey,
good
I think
musician, but he's not a good trade. He's not a good NBA insider. That's really it.
if this was in the 50s, hey Toots, stay with the show tunes.
Yeah, just stay with the show.
Okay,
Oh.
I got some Nick news, I think. Give me a minute. The Knicks are trying to offload money, but nothing's going on yet. They had a traction deal with the Lakers. I don't want to hear about that crap. I'm glad the deal fell apart with the Lakers.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, a lot of Knicks fans are kind of just their hatred is subsided after they saw the Kristaps Porzingis trade. They were mad at the front office right now, but it seems like a lot of them is just they're
I
okay
don't think
right now.
the Knicks aren't doing anything right now. That's it. They waved the white flag. I got a report that they waved the white flag. They're not doing anything. Their big move will be Cam Reddish. That was your move this year. That shows me that Leon Rose doesn't know how to wheel, doesn't know how to close the deal.
Hmm.
Probably that's why they bought that man in here that from from uh from
Minnesota,
Minnesota. But
Gerson
let me
Rosas.
ask you
Yeah.
this: as much as I just lambasted worldwide Wesley, what is Scott Perry's the general manager? You telling me he can't make a deal? What is he crippled? Is he not allowed to say anything? Is he in a
That,
closet?
that's
You
not it.
know,
It's just that Leon Rose is the newer face, so that's who everyone is. That's who everyone is directing all their attention at. But Scott Perry is the general manager. That's the guy that's supposed to be making all the moves. It was scary hours. Mm.
now let me tell you this: they they would the next move is they're supposed to take their young player and develop them, right, and make them attractive to trade them. I don't agree with that. If you bring young players, you're going to bring them into the play and to develop them. But my frustration, and I think all Nick fans are could agree with me, the frustration is here. They don't play. How are you going to develop them? Sitting in the bench and watching and holding a clipboard doesn't develop. And you got to get them in game situation and play and experience the game flow. And I'm not talking about the last 10 games, 15 games of the season, because we all get false, then you get fool's gold. Oh man, he finished off the season strong. I can't wait for next year. And then next year comes and either they get injured or they didn't. Oh, we didn't stay. They regressed, and then you're like, you become a hamster wheel of turds, nothing but running around in a hamster wheel of turds, and it stinks. And we gotta do something different, and you gotta develop these players, and that's why we go back again. And to the question was, the front office tipped their hand. They're here to win now. They're not here to develop players, and I think as granted, I'm thankful that we have Thibodeau to win. But I think we really the hindsight is 2020. You should have left Miller in here, or you should have brought in Kenny Atkins just to develop, and then you bring in a Tom Thibodeau when you're ready to win. I think they I don't know, they must have jumped the gun, but it was a move that they needed to do because the front office or the organization was a joke, and you needed a winner. You needed a guy to establish a culture and a winning and how to play right basketball. But man, Thibodeau looks like he's going to get you from A to F, and now you need someone to take you F all the way to the finish line. And I think that's what the Knicks might be at coming next year or even at the end of this year, if you want to, if you know. So we shall see. Under 9 minutes left before the clock time is over, there are going to be moves there. Remember, before they could get it into the league office, doesn't mean that the trade has to, if it's three. If you see something after 3 o'clock come in, it could still it's probably in the league's office, just
Hmm.
waiting for the commissioner approval, the body of governors to approve it, and usually a lot of plethora of trades come in at that time. So we shall wait.
Robert Randolph putting out some more news. I'm just gonna keep reading Robert Randolph tweets. Tibbs devalued the young players this year. Teams are saying we don't know who these players are and what they can do. Same thing we're saying as Knicks fans.
Yeah.
And that's why if past the deadline we keep these guys, now we're watching minutes. Now we're watching minutes distribution heavily.
And not only that, you could say about our kids not being valued, but we're not looking to trade our kids though. So that statement is a far fetched stupidity. If you ask me, and with all respect to Mr. Robert, no, I don't mean to be disrespectful either. I don't know him, so I do want to caution my words the way I'm saying, but also, we want to showcase our vets. We want to move our vets because
Yeah,
we think us as an organization, as a Nick organization, and as fan base, we think our young guys have the it factor to help us. I'm not saying they're going to go out there and they're going to win 53 wins. They're going to go out there and they're going to win games. They're going to
yeah,
develop and go in the right. They're going to get in the right way of playing basketball. That's what we want to
yeah.
see as a fan base.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because I know Robert Randolph is saying that, but in the same note, I got the report from Ian Begley. It was basically that while the Knicks were kind of in the doldrums before this extended losing streak, the last losing streak we had, the vultures were surrounding us, kind of picking at Quickly. They wanted Emmanuel Quickly. Every team was calling. First name they want is Emmanuel Quickly. No.
Right, right. Salute, Buddha,
Buddha,
namaste.
namaste. Salute to you. What happened? KP got traded. Spencer Dinwiddie got traded. Um, Everyone's making moves, but the Knicks.
Let's see if any moves come in there. Let's see.
Robert Randolph
So,
said this in the next 10 minutes, right? I'm waiting. It's 8 minutes from when he said that text, when he sent
I
that tweet.
Chef Dan, I don't believe this. I think it's Alder Alamo. It's another beat writer. Tweeted out Mavs remain optimistic that they will re-sign Jalen Brunson this summer. Pistons are known to be serious interested in significant cap space. So now the Pistons, these moves, I think that's just a bull BS smokescreen because it looks too easy for the Knicks. And why would the Knicks give up anything significant where there's no other people to you weed out your competition. Now the Pistons, why would the Pistons want, if they got Kate Cunningham, want Jalen Brunson? Why would Jalen Brunson go there to begin with? And why would Dallas go over their salary cap and get into penalty, which is a team they don't do normally. They don't do that, and they're going to sign Jalen Brunson when they got Spencer Dinwiddie. Unless if they're checking to see what they got, kicking the tires on Spencer Dinwiddie, and if Dinwiddie balls out with Luka, then Brunson becomes expendable. I don't know.
There's a myriad of ways these things can get done. There is really a myriad of ways.
Oh,
Oh man.
yeah, we gotta someone push the stick on, wake them up. All
Wake
right,
up, brother. Wake up.
now, guys, we have to be careful. This is a statement I'm gonna be careful. Let's be warning, especially this trading deadline. Nothing comes out, and if the fan base or the Garden faithful gets loud in a negative way, there's a guy who owns his team, James Dolan. He did it with the hockey team last season with the Rangers. Rangers have been let's be honest. I know they have only won one Stanley Cup since 1994, but they've been much successful organization or franchise going to the playoffs year after year, developing player, being competitive, filling up the Garden with playoff appearances. They had a Stanley Cup run with Lundqvist. Bottom line, they've been successful, not winning the title, although Dolan is not hands-on as known in the hockey. But last season, Tom Wilson took Panarin and smashed him against the boards, and he wanted the Rangers to trade for enforcers, guys that will, fight, and let's put it this way, guys that will go in the paint and hustle players in the NBA, go for 50-50 balls or height or certain type of style of play, and they didn't trade. They had their general manager and the head coach. They fell short of the playoffs, and he wanted them to trade to try to get into the playoff and give them the green light trade. The general manager at that time, John Davison and company, they did not make a trade. They didn't do anything. What he did, he cleaned house. He cleaned the president of a hockey operation, the general manager, and the head coach. And he brought in a whole new regime. Now the Rangers. I'm not saying it's going to happen with the Knicks, but there is a owner that saw that happen with his hockey team, Be careful that he doesn't get tempted and clean house here. And this is his team. He doesn't give a crap. The building is going to get filled out no matter what. He'll bring a whole plethora of people in here, and he knows the building's going to sold out. Even if they come see other fans' teams come to the Garden, he will do that. And we got to be careful. We got to be careful. Hopefully, the backlash, us as Knicks fans, don't start the mob, the pitchforks, and go after the organization for not making a move here. But it's 2 years in a row they haven't done anything. Concerns me just a little bit. And now it's, to me personally, my opinion, it's concerning me with a James Dolan. Hopefully he doesn't intervene, because that means you're looking about getting rid of Brock Aller as a cap and money manager, unless if they leave him here. But why will he leave? Stay if he's bringing another regime and says there's some stability. I like our scouters, our scouting team. I like our capologists, and Leon Rose is kind of asleep on the wheel. But the only thing positive is the capologists and the scouting team and the marketing development. Steve Stout came in here because the city edition jerseys, and I know it's the city edition, all the different jerseys are wonderful. They're doing those good things, but it's a result driven business, and we shall see. We shall see.
2:59. Couple seconds left.
Salute
Andre,
out there.
salute,
He's
salute.
watching us on the Philippines. It's almost 4 a.m. So salute to you there in the Philippines.
Andre,
Thank you for your
you a
dedication.
trooper. You a trooper.
I thought Tubby, Leon, and Wes had connections. They were going to be able to bring people in the same year, and same thing every year. Yeah, Johnny, I said that. I've been saying that. I actually went on a little bit of a rant when I said, Wesley is the reason, is the problem. All this connections and all this swagger that he
One more
came in
trade.
here.
Sorry, one more trade. The
Go for it.
Houston Rockets are trading Daniel Tice to the Celtics. So
Ooh, not
Daniel
even
Tice returns right back to the Celtics yet again.
Andre. No, nothing with the Lakers either. Lakers did not do anything either. Ugats.
Yeah,
They did nada. Zero. Zilch. Nothing.
nada. Yep. They
They
can't
went to
really.
play.
Yeah.
They're playing
The
patty
only
cake
move.
with each other.
Yeah, the only move that they really want to commit
15
is moving
seconds.
Russell Westbrook, and
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trading deadline's over. The Knicks blew another one. Yep. Yep. I think there's some other content creators who got more connection than you and I.
okay, so the packet, well, the trade is Dennis Schroeder to the Rockets for Daniel
Ooh.
Tice.
Oh. Why do they need another point guard? They really wanted to get rid of the Schroeder, huh? Huh.
Oh man, Johnny Timon, you said you said you're telling me two of the richest organizations in sports can't make any trade. I wish this was baseball where there was no cap, but they have a cap that they have to work under. That's really it.
Wow, what an anticlimactic trading. Remember, there still could be trades being presented, so we'll stay on a little longer because remember we have to come back later on this evening for the NBA Knicks watch along, and I don't want to. I hear a report Knicks are interested in Miles Turner. Come on, I guess Miles Turner isn't getting that date with that hot smoking chick on TikTok.
Mm-mm.
So my friend for Turner. I think is Tinder still good around? I guess he could have a
Hey,
Tinder
yeah,
account.
tenders. Yeah, he's got to.
All right. So my friend, subscribe and join Tinder. And while since you're subscribing to things, subscribe to the BS Pro Jedi Network, Miles Turner, because you ain't coming here. So that's the closest you're gonna be as with the Knicks is coming here. Knicks trading Schroeder.
I don't want
He
Dennis
don't move
Schroeder
the
on
needle.
my team.
No,
Yeah, he does
no,
not move
no,
the needle.
no. You know what?
So,
See? just one trade, I think, for OKC. They have so much cap room and money that I'm surprised. They got a lot of cap, a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, but OKC is doing right now. You have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you have Lou Dort, you have Josh Giddey. They have some high lottery picks. They're trying to do it all over again with Russ and KD and Harden. They learn from their mistakes. They're like, hey, we can get the picks again, and we'll do it right this time. And
It's okay. Play young Zion Williamson is on the way, man. I hope so. I hope so, man.
I don't.
I
I,
do
I
want,
hope so. Yeah, but it's
but Darnell, what kind of got me a little annoyed and bothered. Listen to that. You got CJ McCullough, Barrett Ingram, and Zion Williamson. That's a bad
yeah,
team. That's a bad team. That's a good.
yeah.
They you got all from all different angles there. Man, and then if you Valanciunas down the middle, man, and you got the kid Devontae Graham. That's a nice starting five, if you ask me, for the Pelicans. That's a nice starting five.
Yeah. My God. Oh my God.
You know what? Could Schroeder be bought out? I mean, what's he gonna do there in
Yeah,
Houston?
he signed like a $8 million deal, so they
He's gonna be
probably
bought out.
he's gonna be bought out.
He go to the Lakers. Back to the Lakers. I hear Zion Williamson's going to the Cowboys to play the old line. Careful there because he don't want to go play for that soul losing organization.
No, 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 no.
If Tibbs,
They
if it's
lose and then
true,
they lose and then they try to remove the whole NFL season from ever happening. That's what those Cowboys do. Yep. If it's true, doesn't want Cam, I don't think he wants a reunion with Zion and RJ.
he might not even be the coach, if not Buddha,
He might, yeah.
when that happens. He might not even be the head coach.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Knowing the money Dolan has, man. If they get rid of, man, you bring those three guys here, you come and say, Mr. Shashesky, how would you like to coach this team?
So Wojnarowski announces no deals for the Lakers. They plan on focusing on the buyout market.
That means LeBron has to talk to a lot of people. Now we're gonna find out if LeBron is a player that teams around the league still want to play for. You had Cameron Payne, go on one of the Twitter Spaces
Mm-hmm.
and totally
Lambasted the
lambasted
Lakers.
him.
Yep.
Oh man, he's back in the chat, back in the channel.
White Falcon. I thought you salute, man. Brother, I'm telling you, man. I thought you went rehabbing with Paul George. You just disappeared from us.
It was his personal trainer making sure he get back into there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gideon with the statement of the day.
You are officially done watching the Knicks. I don't think you ever really did, brother. Go back to your young fun song.
Gideon, you gotta break that statement on the G. Remember, guys, don't forget this week the G Money report, the notorious G Money report. Will be on, so he'll have a lot to break down and probably say goodbye to the Knicks fandom there this season. So Gideon has a lot to say, and I could see him coming to the Knicks. So yes, we all could see him. White Falcon, man, White Falcon in the building, spreading his wings, saying game over. You lose.
I'm at this point right now, man. I'm gonna ask, like, I need one of the media members. Do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Ask Thibodeau after this trade deadline, after this Warriors game, because I know what the starting lineup is gonna be for this Warriors game. Why can't Deuce McBride see any NBA court time now? At this
Exactly.
point, trade deadline's over with. You fought so hard for him to be drafted by the Knicks. Do what you need to do, man. He has to play minutes. Yep, no deal for the Knicks. Wojnarowski has announced it. The Knicks are not making any deals for this. So, yeah.
Now, now, Julius, you need to do this to your front office.
Mm-hmm. No, he needs to look in the mirror and do that to himself.
Yeah.
Because the beginning of this season, he aided and abetted in this collapse that the Knicks are having so far.
Wow. He says, I'd rather go to the G League and watch young
Yeah,
players at this point. Hey, they're very fun. They up and
they're
down.
fun. Yeah.
We done a couple of those. We watched along a couple of those games. Never did it on the channel, but we watched me and Chef Dan, on our, whenever the Knicks are on, just to watch McBride and guys there. Oh man, that sucks. So since the Knicks didn't make a move here, now going forward, like you said, if you're gonna play Deuce McBride, be honest with you, I like when McBride. You're gonna have to. Why not try this a certain version of the summer league Knicks? When I mean the summer league, you had McBride, you had Obi, you had Quickly out there together, and Grimes. They play very well with one another. They are fun. I'm not saying you have to play 48 minutes of their basketball, but they need to play at least 20 minutes to see what they have on the floor there with him. And instead of, it's now that Barrett is not with the ankle, you play Reddish in that Barrett role and see what you got out there. Let them run and gun fast, loose. Because Reddish is going to be the most talented player on the court with them, and let them go through there. And you could put. Do you want to put Taj at the center to play, or Mitchell Robinson? Go ahead and if Noel wants to sit the rest of the season with bad knees to rest up for next year, so be it. I'm okay with it.
Oh my gosh. Why did we not move Noel? Oh my god.
That's incompetence. You give the guy $10 million. Everyone said that was a good contract. You could move him because after next year he's an expiring contract, and you're going to take that money off the books. I it's just yeah. He doesn't score. He hasn't played. He hasn't been healthy. He hasn't been on the floor for those $10 million, guys. And I know hindsight is 2020, folks. Hindsight is 2020. If I knew, what a lot of different things. If I knew it will be our whole destiny will be different. But that money you could have gave it to Andre Drummond.
Nah, Drummond's still on the contract, right? Yeah, you're right,
He
but
signed a new year. He tried this year
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
he signed
Philadelphia
this year. Yeah,
76ers.
yeah.
If I know hindsight is 2020, but if the same, he signed the same exact Noel deal, I think what one or a year less or no. In fact, Dan, you can you find out if you can you tweet check it out, Andre Drummond's contract, if I may ask you, be so
Give
kind,
me one moment.
because he knows where to go with the quick references with that. It'll take me a few minutes to find it, and we'll have dead air like we're having currently now. So, and Noel and Taj.
It's oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's 1 year, 2 million.
You telling me you could have give this man Taj Gibson's money, 5 years, and a player's option, or an option for a second year? They were doing that. They were so, and I know you wanted to show your we take care of our own players, NBA, but still, guys, teams don't want to play here. Guys don't want to play here. They wanted it. You overpaid for your own guys that we know we were going to get. $2 million. If you would have told Drummond, it might have take you $5, even $7 million to get Andre Drummond in here. You could have brought in Andre Drummond in here. You could have got him in here. Put him off the bench, or and just think about how the beginning of the season would look with Andre Drummond, and then you would have brought Mitchell Robinson coming back from his injury, and he had a Todd Gibson and a Jericho Sims. You would have been okay. Noel missed a lot of games as well. We got nothing out of our centers this year. Mitchell Robinson, okay, and I'm still skeptical of giving Mitchell Robinson a contract.
Wow. Buddha, you said maybe I missed it, but I don't think RJ is really hurt. Nah, he got hurt during that was it the Nuggets game? He got hurt while the Knicks were down 13, a couple of seconds left in the game. No one knows why RJ is still in the game, but RJ was still in the game and he rolled his ankle. So yeah, RJ's got a sprained ankle, and in the words of Rob Schneider in the Waterboy movie, oh no, we suck again. So, oh no, we suck again.
Thanks like I second that with the mayor. Thanks for everyone who already smashed the like button. We already, and if you haven't, please smash the like button. Please share it. Share it on your channel. Go ahead. We appreciate it. It helps our algorithm. It helps us get noticed more. Everyone that's in the chat, just go ahead and go ahead and share it in your own where it says posted on your channel. You posted the program there. Anyone who follows you or anyone comes out there, it just keeps circulating to more and more people to see the program, and we keep growing. We definitely appreciate you guys doing everything and helping us out there. And guys, as you see the numbers, we're growing. We just passed the 3K mark, and we're already at almost 3,200 uh, subscribers. So we already gained almost 200 subscribers. Is because of you guys sharing, letting us know, hitting the like buttons gets us us noticed, and your enthusiasm in the chat. Looking forward to always speaking to you guys in the chat, laughing, joking, getting upset, getting frustrated, but it helps us grow, and we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Mama said we need H2O. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Does Leon Rose have a Dula Malgugada?
Oh my gosh. And his cancer freedom got waived.
Where is he going to pick up with the Knicks?
Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel among Knicks discussed and deals today, but club stands pat at deadline. Will be interesting to see where Cam Reddish fits in the rotation, particularly once Derrick Rose returns from rehab following ankle surgery. NYK is 24 and 31 in 12th place in the East.
Let me
So
ask you
that's
something.
Ian Begley just letting us know the
Let me ask you
situation.
something. They talk about Rose's minutes and stuff. When was the last time I saw Cam Reddish is not a point guard?
He's not. It's Burks. It's
Exactly.
Burks.
Those are those minutes.
It's
Yes.
Burks.
Thank you, Kelvin. I appreciate it.
And I read another report somewhere that the Knicks had a deal potentially to get Alec Burks off the team, but Thibodeau fought to keep him on the team because he really likes Alec Burks.
But it makes no sense. He doesn't. He's not. He. Don't get me wrong. Burks has been our fourth quarter best player. I know Spree. He was on the program on the G Money Report. Those that don't know, Spree, one of our friends, loves him. Calls him the microwave, the Michael Jordan of the team for Mr. Fourth Quarter. And granted, he was phenomenal, but we've seen the most potential on Alec Burks, and he doesn't fit this team right now because we're not ready. We don't need that player yet, and he's only going to get older. And personally, Burks, we needed to move him. We needed to move him. We needed to pull the trigger when we had a chance to move him earlier, not wait until the trading deadline. I don't know why they play that game of waiting to the very end. If you had a deal in place that could help you move forward, you do it. I just didn't. That was a very puzzling move for holding on Burks this long. You know what happens when you have too much, when you buy too much fruit and you don't eat it and it's ripe, it starts going bad, and then you get the gnats and the fruit fly, and it goes bad. And I think the Knicks might have hold their fruit a little too long here, and it's going to start to go bad. And I hope they don't tune out. That's the type of moves that might help you tune out a coach, and that's what we don't want in the locker room.
It's funny, man. I'm gonna say this. As much as I don't want to get off one topic. I'm
Right.
gonna go to one topic and try just pull it right back to the next. As much as Joe Judge got himself fired from the Giants, the fans played an integral role in him getting fired. They made sure that ownership heard every day that they did not like Joe Judge and they wanted him gone. Thibodeau could possibly be doing the same thing here with himself. because they will like Knicks fans know how to make themselves heard. And the next home game we have, if those vets are
Oof,
playing over the
oof.
kids, it is going to get nasty in the garden. And that's all I'm saying. I've heard it from salute to Jonathan Macri of Knicks Film School. He's let it be known because I felt it is the same way. Knicks, in regards to Tom Thibodeau, this is his last chance. I don't think he will get hired again for another job.
Not
You
head
better
coach.
start to make some changes. He has to make
And
some changes.
and one thing about it, guys, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And I mentioned it earlier with the Ranger analogy. Those that were a little earlier, I mentioned that about the Ranger analogy. They gotta make that move because the Dolan might could just say, "Get everyone out of here, get out." I'm gonna, you know. But what you said, one thing that frustrates us with Tom Thibodeau, we know he's a good NBA head coach. We know that. We know the proof is there. Wherever he's gone, he has gone winning records. But what frustrates us with him, he does not adapt his style to what the talent is on the floor. He wants the talent to adapt to his style. And I don't think that's going to run or work well in today's modern NBA. And I understand, and I think that's why we say he's stubborn in his ways, because we want to see him change something. Why can't you change the offense? Why don't his offense is read and react. You heard it from Obi Toppin, said it in a press conference. Maybe that's why he got in a little bit on the doghouse, because he mentioned, he might inadvertently said something like, he mentioned he was honest, then not knowing that he was, being an honest, and let the cat out of the bag. He said that it's read, react offense. You get the ball and just react and shoot it. That's kind of like amateurish, if you ask me. I know he won, guys. I understand he won Coach of the Year. He's a hell of a coach. I'm not saying I will take him any day, to coach my team, but he's, like you said, he's better an assistant than a head coach. Maybe he is. That's what Tom Thibodeau is. A really great assistant head coach. You're probably right. And also, we need to set some plays, call some offense, not read and react, grab, just go out free. It's like saying play basketball freestyle on the street. But he wants to hold accountable players and yell, and the young players. And if how are you going to get mad? I know, and maybe he gets upset with them on the defense assignment. But meanwhile, on offense, there is no creativity. They suck on an inbound play on offense. There's no creativity. There's no double screen. There's nowhere freeing up their man, and it's like, draw me up something. One thing about Rally will draw up a hell of a play, always on a timeout, and Van Gundy as well. And he was part of those teams assistants of drawing up teams. I don't I That's one thing I want to frustrate me about him. Woodson would have been better. Woodson as well. Woodson, and I think maybe that's why we had success last season, was we had a Mike Woodson helping him, and being that ear, that voice in his ear. Maybe try, coach, why don't we try something? Let's do this. We worked on this and this and that. And he goes, you know what? You're right. Let's go with it. Maybe the assistant coaches on his staff doesn't feel they have the cachet, or to tell a Thibodeau, suggest something, they'll just go with him. And that's why it's terrible to be a yes man sometimes. You see it in, oh yeah, yeah, always agreeing. That's why I appreciate Chef Dan. We don't always agree on our takes, on our thoughts of basketball, because then we'll be just like other programs, just yes, oh yeah, I agree with you, yeah, 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 oh yeah, yeah. No, no, it's all right to have a little bit of healthy debate. It's all right to discuss, and not to, no, not that, that works for everyone. But and I'm not saying you have to be a contrarian either. You don't have to be a contrarian, because it gets tiring after a while too. Oh, I gotta fight with you all the time. Here we go. Here we go. Why you be no, no? But it's sometimes good to have that little bit of debate, or being or bringing to light something different is happening. Or look, I see something on my point of view. Because it always works to have an extra set of eyes, and maybe Thibodeau assistants don't have the cachet, or don't feel that they want to say something. One thing I can tell you, Kenny Payne this year has not coached well either. The whole coaching staff hasn't really. No.
I'm sorry, I just I looked on Twitter and the first thing I saw was someone welcoming back someone that we haven't seen in a year, and that was Mark Tatum. I don't know if you know who Jedi. You know who Mark Tatum is.
Yeah, let the
That is the
audience.
man that pulls the envelopes and lets us know which draft order we get. Because
I can't stand that guy.
I
and
can't
not and
stand him.
nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. I'm
There's
pretty
nothing
sure he's
wrong
a.
with him. It's just
I'm
that
pretty sure he's a hell of a guy.
he is
I'm pretty
he's
sure.
hey,
If
that
he
man
invites
could
me, if he
probably
says he invites me to go eat a steak and he's gonna pay for it, I'm there with him.
hey, exactly.
We're
Pick up half the tab, all that, and we'll probably walk and have a good conversation. All that.
gonna have a
It's
couple of
just that
scotches, a McLennan bottle, or some Johnny Walker Blue. Let's do it. But I don't want to see him nowhere near. I don't want to be in the envelopes near him, man.
because I associate pain when I see his face. I just associate him and 8, 4, 3, 7, 9. Not number one. Not number one. Not
Right.
number one.
He's allergic to give the Knicks a number one. And the thing is, he is actually giving the Knicks a number one, but the wrong number one.
Yeah.
He's giving them the bird. And we
Yeah.
don't want the bird. We want the
We
number one
don't.
pick. and
We want this, not the other finger.
yes. And Kelvin T. Jones says exactly, Kevin Jetta. We don't set good picks. We don't block cuts. We don't, except for Obi, and we are a bunch of offensive, selfish guys. Yeah, I agree with you, Kelvin. You know, how hard, and as much as they say he runs their team to practice, he beats the crap out of them in practice. They practice hard, and every time we hear Thibodeau, I gotta see the guys. They gotta earn it in practice. They gotta work hard. They gotta do real good in practice. We'll study the film and we'll see it in practice. Okay, are you guys not doing pick and rolls or setting picks? You got Todd Gibson who could set a hell of a pick. Get these guys to pick, man. I haven't. No one. Mitchell Robinson sucks in picks. Nolan's no wealth, forget it. He can't pick. The only thing he can pick is his nose. And you got guys. Randall, he has such a wide frame here. He has some wide shoulders. He should be picking his players. Setting some strong, good picks, getting his, and they got good shooters that could
My
curl
God.
around a good pick. Fournier could shoot.
They
Grimes could
just
shoot.
I'm sorry, they just
Yeah, go
released the
ahead.
videos of the Knicks. They're releasing the Knicks talking via shoot around. Do you
Okay.
want to hear Tom Thibodeau? If you want to find a
Can you share
give
it?
me one
Put the
moment.
if you're more
I'm
than
gonna
free to go
find
ahead
it.
and do it.
Yeah.
You're more than free to do that as I continue my rant on the practice one. We're gonna hear about the practices here, and they say the same crap every interview, right, Kelvin? I gotta look at the film. I gotta look at the film. I think the kid. I think Julius played a real well game. We just didn't execute. We didn't hit our free throws. We missed some wide open shots. I thought the energy was good in the first quarter, in the first half. That's all I hear. The
That's
third
all I
quarter.
hear. Yeah.
In the third
It's
quarter,
tiring.
we were a little. We came out a little sluggish, stagnant. We didn't move the ball around. We missed a lot of open shots. That's Thibodeau all the time.
All the time. It's tiring. Let me hit
And
play.
here it comes, courtesy of the MSG network. So here we go. Well, Nick shoot around.
I don't know. It's day to day. It's a sprained ankle. I didn't hear the first part, Mark.
Is this a difficult shoot around to stage, considering the deadline?
Yeah, you just got to stay focused. It's all part of the league, and you just lock into what you got to do. For all the trades that get talked about, very few get done. I'm fine. I like our team, and whatever. As I said, like Leon, Scott, Wes, that's they do that year round, and this is the time of the year
Yes.
that
Yeah, they do it
if
year
something
round.
makes
Nothing.
sense for us that can improve our team, they'll consider it. That's what their job is, and they have to do that year round. And
I'll
so,
be do- I'll be
whoever we
I'll be
have
doing this
that
when
we
you guys be
like,
calling the game
but if
against
something can make us
the Golden
better,
State
they'll
Warriors.
certainly consider it. And that,
I'll be sleeping.
we keep working every day. Yeah, I love our guys. I think we got to just keep working at it. and that's and as I said, whoever comes in or whoever's here, we got a really good core to build off of. We just got to continue to work.
Clinton is back, right?
He is.
And would he be in starting lineup now?
He could be.
Can you give us a definitive answer, please?
Could go down in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
What's the deadline? Are you, when you're running shoot around, do you have to be extra cognizant and interested in your phone, making sure something?
No, and look, if there's something that's urgent and pressing, that they're going to tell me, and I trust what Leon does, and Wes and
I
Scott.
don't.
So just
Not this.
if they feel there's something that could help the team and we do it, then we'll embrace that. But if not, I'm fine with what we have.
Wow. Well, we're not.
This morning, was there at least a briefing on
Yeah, like when there's something that's close, or they may ask an opinion about a player, I give my opinion, but it's just a coach's opinion. They take input from scouts, coaches, everybody. It's not one person making a decision; it's a group making a decision. Ultimately, Leon has the final say on it.
So, what is Scott Perry's job?
Yeah,
My question is-
Mitch. We'll see how he feels tonight. Knowles, I'm not sure about.
Paper mache. Oh God.
My God.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Chef Dan, for that video there.
Yeah.
Is there more?
I'm gonna give me one moment. We're gonna get right into I'm gonna find the Kemba Walker shoot around, and now we're gonna listen to him. If you want to listen to him.
Absolutely. We want to hear all these clowns. We want to make sure
Oh,
they gotta be taken to the woodwork, to the woodshed, and give us accountability. With Thibodeau, he politics, not politics, tanking. I hope they're not tanking because what are they're gonna be the 7th pick. I can't. I don't want. I want.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
So
Now
we have
it's like-
Kemba. We have Kemba Walker.
We have Kemba Walker talking around in the shoot around. This is courtesy of MSG Networks.
Morning. The uncertainty for everybody, younger guys too.
Nobody even really spoke about it, to be honest. I mean, you kind of just go through it. Whatever happens, happens. I don't really know how the young guys are thinking, anything like that. But nobody has really, spoken about it. We just went to shoot around like normal.
When you were a young player, did it cross your mind?
Nah, not really. Not really. I never felt like I was gonna get traded. I don't know. I feel like your team, and when I say your team, I mean like your agent and stuff like that, keeps you in the loop, on certain stuff like that. But yeah, when I was young, I never really thought about it really.
How do you feel now? Do you feel there's a chance that you could be on the move? Or
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I haven't been looking into it or anything. Just taking it day by day. To be honest.
The team has fallen, obviously, 7 games below 500. What do you make of the slide?
We just haven't been putting together. Myself, I haven't been playing, really well, to help the team as much. Then, during the game, just some droughts we have during the game, some spurts we've been having that haven't been going our way. It's been hurting us as well. But just got to continue to go, continue to stay positive as we can, and try to put some wins together.
When you talk about, now you're not looking into it. I know there's a point in Boston, you once said to us, we asked if you want to be here, you said, I want to play, you are playing. You still want to be here, or what's your mindset?
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, I mean, what can I do? It's not up to me. I'm just a player. I don't make those decisions or anything like that. So yeah, I want to be here. That's why I came here. To be a part of my home team. So it's not really my decision.
We talked to you about your role last time when we spoke, but Your jump shot.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Your jump shot these last like 8 games, 5 games, it's off a bunch. I'm just wondering what you make of that.
Just missing. That's it. I'm just missing. You know, that's it. I just got to find the rhythm. That's all I can really say. Yeah. You just keep working. You know, just keep shooting. You know, just keep working on your jumper. You know, just try to find your rhythm. You know, you got to just try to see one or two fall in. You know, but you know they come.
You said before we're not really playing together. What do you mean? Like,
I said that.
just before we're not playing together. Yeah.
It's
Like a few minutes ago.
I don't know if I said that. I didn't say we weren't playing together. I don't know about that.
There goes Berman.
Yeah.
Oh,
There goes Berman.
But what needs to change? What do you feel?
What needs to change?
We need to win.
I mean, me personally, I can be better offensively. We could be better as a whole defensively. It's a lot of things that go into these games. You know, some games it's offensive rebounding that hurts us. Some games turnovers that hurts us. You know, we just got to try to put together some full games. You know, especially down the stretch.
Evan said the other night, we were talking about trade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like you guys have enough without making a move. I'm just curious, do you agree with that? If so, like, what's
I agree. I mean, I do. I just think we just haven't really found our rhythm together. I think that's been the biggest problem. It just hasn't come along, you know, for us as a group. I think that's been our biggest problem. I do think we have great players, though. I do. Great group of guys. Just haven't been putting it all together. Yeah.
That's good.
All right. I like that he owned it. I like he's owning it. You know, he's not sugarcoating anything there. He said, you know, there's games that they don't offensive rebound. There's games that they turn the ball over. There's games, you know, they haven't played a complete game. There's always an aspect of every game that doesn't allow them to put a complete game to win games, and that's telling me they're finding ways of losing. They're not finding ways of winning the games, and that comes with effort, and that comes with taking ownership and responsibility, no matter anything, and without no one being blamed.
Yeah. And not only that, it also comes with playing for the person right next to you, playing, as a team. They have not been playing as a team. So there's
And
any,
so there's a
there's
little
any,
selfish ball.
if there's any time for us to start playing as a team, this is the only time left. We got how many games left?
27 tonight, as of tonight.
27.
27 games tonight. 27 games tonight. I
And
said it,
Kevin,
and go ahead, Red. Roses
Kevin
are
T. Jones, he got a poem for us. Roses are red, Tibbs is doo-doo. We got to do something else because our team is too. Modern day Shakespeare. Salute to Kelvin T. Jones.
bravo. And Peter, what's up, Peter? Says the Knicks are a disgrace. Woo, that's a lot. That's not a lot. Let me say this. Did you remember if I think what I said, what record I would like? I would love the Knicks to go the rest of these 27 games.
17-10.
Yes.
You said if we gave ourselves a chance to go 2-3 on the you said
Yes.
2-3 on the road trip.
Yes.
We could go 17-10 down the stretch. That'll help us get at least right back into the hunt. We know the Wizards are starting to curtail off. The Wizards are like I think the only team we'd have to really worry about is the Hawks. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks.
Right. Do you have this? Do you by the chance? What are the standings? I
Give me
didn't
one
update them.
moment.
I didn't update them. I usually update them around this time for the G Money Hoops report. I usually put the NBA standings. I just was so busy with the trading, production that I did not get into the. Go ahead, Chef Dan. Interesting news.
Okay, so the first team is the Miami Heat, 35-20. Number 2, Milwaukee Bucks, 35-21. Bulls, number 3, 34-21. Cavaliers, 34-21. The 76ers, number 5, 32-22. The Raptors are 30-23 at 6th seed. The 7th seed is the Celtics at 31-25. The 8th seed is the Nets at 29-25. The 9th seed is the Hornets at 28-28. The 10th seed is the Hawks, 26-28. 11th seed is the Wizards, 24-29. And then the 12th seed is the Knicks at 24-31.
So yeah, so we're what, 2 games out?
Yeah, 2 games out.
2 games out in 20. We're 2 games out with 27 to go.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's if we want to leapfrog the Wizards and then get into competing with the Hawks, we're about 3 to 4 games out. But
Remember,
yeah,
we have the if we identical record, we have the season series over the Hawks. So
yes,
even if we, so just to give you that aspect, is it a tough hill to climb? Yes. Is it impossible? No. Do we expect them to do a climb? I give it a 45% chance the Knicks could try to climb out of that. And I'm trying to keep it because I want to keep the channel going and I want to be enthusiastic of calling the games and I'll be totally transparent. I'll be honest with you. But it'll be good for me for personal selfish reasons. They go for they get that keep us alive because now we could call more games. We could keep growing as a channel. We continue. I could get to see you guys because now we're engaged and I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie it. I'm not going to try to give you a feel good story either. I'm just being totally honest, and I hope you appreciate my honesty with that. And we need them to. That's all I'm saying when it comes to the Knickerbockers this season. Anything is possible, because not for nothing. Under the radar move right now, I'm going to be honest with you. The past 5 games, Randall's averaging almost 27 points.
yeah. Randall's been playing better. I haven't. There's not one complaint I've had at all with Randall, except maybe the Nuggets game when the team started falling apart. But even then, I couldn't really put that on Julius Randle because calling the game, I kept saying it. When the Jokic hit the bench and our bench unit came in, that was the time that we were supposed to, try and handily take over this game. The bench ended up giving a 17-point lead to the Nugget starters, and from there, Jokic and those boys know how to capitalize on that. So
Right, and I
it's
know I'm not a fan of Randall neither, but I got to give him credit where credit is due. Yes, he
yeah,
might have an issue. He might have an anger issue, and you said he might have an attitude problem. It's been shown over and over again. We now not to rehash all his shortcomings. There's been a lot. Yes, indeed. You know, we know that. But trading deadline is over. Maybe this is like a fresh reset, restart. You know, like I always say, one possession, one quarter, one half, one game at a time. Win those small battles, Knicks. You guys got back up to close to 500 when you beat the Hawks and then went downhill. But that was our mantra, and we got you there. We were saying that play those small spurts. They need to do that. I know they have the third difficult schedule in the NBA coming now forward, but tonight is going to be a really tough task in Golden State. Of course, everyone expects them to lose. Maybe they get galvanized. No one was traded. The front office says, we'll believe on you. Remember last year, they didn't make a move. They kept it together and they got hot. Now, I'm not saying, how much, personally, it doesn't look like a smart move because we're just killing them. They needed to make moves. But maybe let's try. I'm trying to flip the coin and trying to be a devil's advocate here and say they didn't make any move. The officer says, we're going to believe in you guys. We trust you guys. We know there's talent on this team. Now go show us. And they said, and Peter, you might, you know what you've seen lately, you have your opinion, and we respect that. Peter, I respect the fact you say they might not even win 5 games if they're lucky. I respect that. We
I
agree to
was
disagree.
27.
Well, we could agree to disagree, Dan.
Oh, he thinks we're gonna go 5-20. Peter, you're
Yeah,
entitled to your own opinion.
right,
I
right, right.
respect that. Yeah.
Right. We'll respect that. I know maybe, we definitely, I guarantee 90% of the chat will disagree with you on that, but we're not going to. We're not going to come on you and come on you because it's your opinion. That's what makes you Peter Varcella. That's what makes you Peter Varcella because you have your thoughts and your opinion. And in this channel, we respect as long as you respect for with us. So we appreciate that definitely. Randall needs to be the best of the rest of the year. Yes, if Randall reverts, and I'm not saying he has to be that top 10 player last year, but play more better and even if his scoring numbers and his minutes are lower, but he impacts. He needs to be impactful on the court. Randall, we don't need 35 points. Yeah, so we get it, fine. But if you're be impactful in all facets of the game. Set some screens, get for the offensive glass, do this, play with high intelligence basketball. That's all we want as Knicks fans. Hustle out there, play intelligent, play smart basketball. And if you guys do win only 5 more games, but you compete and you show us that you're busting your rear end on the court, we'll appreciate that as Knicks fans. I know we not like it because we wanted to win, but if you're out there, man, this team really excites us. They're exciting. Man, what an exciting bunch of guys. They're running quick. They're playing fast, loose, but they just don't have the right enough talent to close it out. I think as Knicks fans, we're like, okay, you know what? They at least they adjusted and they responded because they haven't given up on the coach, Chef Dan.
They haven't. We can see that right now based on the way the bench comes out and plays. We can see that really in the start of this road trip. I know we can complain, about the results and everything, but Lakers game, Utah game, Nuggets game, great effort in the beginning in the first quarter right there. The Nuggets game, I could say that they kind of just fell apart because of the altitude and the fatigue from playing the Jazz. But that Jazz game was a really, really good game. Really good game. The Lakers game was a really good game. Even though we gave up what we gave up in the third quarter, for us to fight back, push it into overtime, and give ourselves a chance, that's all we could ever ask for is a chance. And at this point now, this team, you play like you've got nothing to lose because you have nothing to lose. That's the only advice I could give this team. They have to play like they have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Play even more freely.
And
The
Peter
rigidity
says,
that we're seeing, yeah. But go ahead.
Peter says it's been like that for the past 15 years. Daffy, I know he says we're wasting time, blah, blah, but we need more updates. Of course, I don't know what more updates we want to give you.
Yeah,
I
Adrian Wojnarowski has let it be known the Knicks have no moves for this trade deadline. Trade deadline is over with. The commissioner's office is still open, asking for any more trades. Nothing's being passed. Matter of fact, it's 3:45.
yeah,
If
usually,
nothing was,
yeah.
usually around this time they announce the last bit of the trading. If it hasn't been done, then there's nothing we could do. Luke Swanson, salute. Thank you so much for joining us.
What's up, Luke? I hope everything's well with you, Mr. Swanson. And we just see, and it's been 50. You said it's been like that for the past 15 years. Look, I go back as far as 1983 watching this team that I could recollectly remember. I know there's folks that have been here longer that have watched the Knicks longer than I myself, but my recollection is 1983 when they brought in Patrick Ewing. They had Kenny Skywalker, who never lived up to his, Michael Ray Richard, Bernard King, who I saw when they had Strickland backing up Mark Jackson, so forth, so forth, so forth. I got the scars and warts, and I've seen my team go twice to the NBA final and lose. One, they were up 3-2 and lost, and then the other one they got swept. So I've seen a lot of garbage basketball and expiring and good basketball. Not enough to wet us over those tops. So I know what you mean. We want to see this team win. We want to see them do well. And it just frustrates us. We all have the common goal here. Everyone that's listening to my voice, everyone that's participating in the chat, we all want to be in the Canyon of Heroes, watching this team carry the Larry O'Brien Trophy down over to Mayor Adams, and we all want to be part of that route and get ticker tape all over our hair, all over our all over the city. Be fools, without eating the manure like the Philly fans. But we want to that's they can have a whole plate of that themselves.
Yeah.
But for us, we want to be there, City Hall, with the banner and celebrate and be able to ham it out for a whole year. We NBA champs. That's all we want. That's all we want.
What? Oh my God. If they
And
like LA was deprived of a parade, we will. Oh my gosh, Buddha, you're right. We need this. We need to get one more before Walt passes away. I'm knocking on wood. Hopefully, he stays alive long enough that we see it, like that he sees it, because he deserves it, man. All the bad basketball he's called for us, he deserves it. That last year, the enthusiasm that he showed when we were in the playoffs, that warmed my heart, man. He deserves that. We need this, man.
yeah, and I know what you mentioned. When does it stop with these bad contracts? Yeah, right now the Nolan Noel looks like a bad contract, but it only has one more year left. He's an expiring contract, and and of course I'm not a total transparent. I was not in favor of signing Nolan Noel for that money for those years, but it's an expiring contract at the end of the season. You know, he's got one more year left. He's gone. Burks another 2. That's why they gave him short 2-year deals so they could reset. And the thing is, but why do we have to suffer through another year of garbage? And I get that. I get that. I'm, and Peter, I know you say no, Ben didn't want to come here. You know what? I kind of went off that dream 2 years last year, this summer that passed, when they didn't get Lonzo Ball and so forth. And I'm like, I personally look myself in the mirror and says, you know what? I'm tired of trying to go after big name players to want to sign here. They don't want to come here. I want to develop my players. I want to draft and I want to bring my own Kevin Durant. I want to draft and bring my own Devin Booker. I want to draft and bring my own players, myself. And I don't care about wanting to chase the dream. It's like you have, burn a hand and two in the bush. Nah, you know what? I got what I got. I want to develop. That's why I'm hoping, I want RJ Barrett to work so badly. I want, now that we traded for Cam Reddish with potential, I hope he develops. And I'm not saying he has to be a superstar, but if he's a really good, solid professional basketball player, young, I'm good with that. I'll sign with that. I'm all right with that. I want, Quentin Grimes to be the next, a la Klay Thompson. Can we get that? Or hopefully we could get that. I want guys to come out here and be, and who cares? Not even their own claim class. I want them to be their Quentin Grimes. I want teams around the NBA says we need to find and develop a player like Quentin Grimes. That's what we want. We want to be the bar setters, not chasing other people's bar. And I think that's why I come back to my rehab and my rehash and say maybe Thibodeau wasn't here to develop players. And I think what's being said here, we need a head coach that is willing to come here to develop players or surround them with some assistant coaches that will help him develop these players. I thought Kenny Payne did a good job last season. This season he hasn't. Maybe it was Woodson who was the voice there that helps develop young players. Because what happened, he was the first one that bolted to college and to develop players. So maybe it was the Woodson factor here to help develop. We saw guys like Quickly develop well, had that good rapport with the young guys and so forth. So we shall see what goes forward there. My opinion is, they don't draft well either. They haven't drafted well but the last two drafts they have. Peter, you got to give them credit where credit's due. Although everyone's gonna say Burnt Halliburton over Toppin. One thing about Toppin was supposed to be the power forward here. 24 years old, more ready to fit Thibodeau's style. I mentioned it early in the broadcast. To bring him in here, not Halliburton. They tipped their hand. They were trying to win with Randall and stuff, and move Randall to bring in a guy like Toppin who will be ready to be in there and play that power forward position. Also, they hit on Manuel quickly. They tell me last year that draft when quickly came out, you were excited. Man, they got him in the 24th round, 24th pick of the first round. They made some good trades. They got rid of Mook Morris, who wasn't going to fit on this team. Who personally I think stumped the growth of Kevin Knox while he was here and so forth. But also they bought in. They made good draft. And this year, this draft class that came in here, we were all waiting on draft night, and when 21st pick came, they traded out of it. They got more picks. They ended up with Quentin Grimes, still the player that they still wanted. They also got McBride, Lucas Janovitis, in who's tearing up the Spaniard League. By the way, then you ended up getting McBride out of that deal. Also, you also got Jericho Sims. So you got players, they might not be the superstars, but they're role players that are nucleus. They're building that. They're building something well there. Also, they got draft picks. They got 7 draft picks coming up in the future. Then might not draft all of them, but guess what? We could package them and move them now. And that, those moves, and it right now it seems dark, it seems bleak, and yeah, I'm pissed off and frustrated just like all of you, because I want to see them. But when you take a step back and you breathe a little bit and you see that it really isn't as bad as it was a Steve Mills type of deal. We're not giving away. It's not that Andrea Bagnani deal where when we gave up a first round pick to bring that stiff in here, and what we traded. It wasn't, those kind of moves, those type of dumb moves are not made. We didn't bring back a Tim Hardaway. I've traded him to, remember, they traded Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Atlanta Hawks. What did the Hawks do? They sent him to the G League. They rebooted him, re-taught him how to play, and then like a bunch of stiffs, like idiots that we were, we ended up giving him a $77 million contract after Atlanta rebooted him, sent him to G League, made him play well, rehabbed him, and then we bought him here, and he still didn't manage to work well. So
And that's and that right there was a system of like it was, how do I say it? We literally we paid the tax for the work that the Atlanta Hawks put in. And that's
Correct.
something we could have done ourselves.
Correct. See, and this now, what going forward, I like what we bought here. Remember, also Obi Toppin is the godson of Leon Rose. So how would it look him not drafting Obi Toppin over Halliburton? So that's another thing I wanted to bring up as well. They're connected. They know each other for family members and stuff like that. That's why he was a highly talented player. We'll move Randall. We'll play you in there, and that's why I think the time, if he wins, if he goes out there and wins that slam dunk contest, they're going to be calling for him. He's going to be he's a star in the making if he wins that slam dunk contest. I think his popularity is going to just skyrocket, and I think he's going to confident level. They're stars, not superstars, but they're stars. They're NBA. Let me say this: there's NBA players on this roster. Now, we could question: do we have the coach to help elevate these NBA players to put them in position to superstar or all star? We don't know. That's the question we have here. We know they're pros. We know they're a professional team out there. They're an NBA team. But do we got to make sure that the coach or the fit allows this team to become an NBA team, a playoff NBA team, and that's the crossroad we at right now. That's why we're 5 games under 500. We got, and also we've got players playing out of position. Alec Burks should not be a point guard. Period. He did it in college. He did it when he first came up in Utah. He wasn't a point guard. We got a lot of players playing out of position, if you ask me. And it's like, the Derrick Rose injury really hamstrung this season, and Julius Randle regressing a little bit on his offense, on his all-around NBA game, and his attitude and has regressed. And let's face it, as much as and Emmanuel Quickly, I think Emmanuel Quickly would have been better just read and react type of player. I think that's why Thibodeau loved him, because he fit what Thibodeau wanted, was preaching. Get the ball, read, react, and go. Now you're asking Quickly to be a point guard and set other players up to start thinking a little more and overthinking. And I think that's why Quickly's gotten that sophomore slump to revert back a little bit. And I think that's what's happening here. And I think Quickly will figure it out. He's a very smart player. And not because his nickname is IQ, but he always, and if you see his trajectory, guys, from AAU to high school to college, every year in the league, he tends to get better and better and do things better. So I believe in Quickly to get better, in my
Oh yeah,
opinion.
not only that, you don't ever give up on a guy that consistently shoots 92% from the free throw line and knows how to get there. That means,
Yeah.
like, that's not a fluke that he's shooting 92%. He has good touch. Let him figure it out, because those type of shooters, they pay a premium in the league.
Right. I appreciate that, everyone. We got 260 viewers here. I appreciate you guys viewing with us here. This trade, even the deadline is over, but I appreciate everyone there. They're looking at the 2022 potential free agency. You got Colin Sexton, Miles Bridges. You got Nurkic from Portland, John Wall, T.J. Warren, Westbrook, DeAndre Ayton, Zach LaVine, Kyrie Irving, and Bradley Beal. I didn't know Westbrook was a free agent. I thought Westbrook was in line for another, unless it was a play option. No, it's a player option.
It's a player
It's a
option.
player
Yeah.
option. Yes, correct. It's a player option. And he's going to sign in on his player option at $48 million. He's not going to say
Yeah.
no, or $42 million to be corrected. So McBride should be the point guard. McBride should be the point guard, yes. And yes, but be careful when you put McBride in there, because everyone points to that stretch when McBride was the starting point guard in OKC and Toronto. We didn't play with no centers. We didn't play with the horses out there, and he didn't look so comfortable. Anyone wouldn't. When you're going up a team that even when we are full of strength are much more lengthier and taller than us, and that's why he was he wasn't in a position to succeed. And it wasn't, to me personally, wasn't fair to judge McBride on that. He didn't have. If you would have told me, he would have Jericho Sims with him out there, and they failed, then I could say, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was right. But he didn't have Jericho Sims. He had Mitchell Robinson. He had Todd Gibson for a short spurt, and I think they didn't get Todd get injured. I thought Todd might have got an injured too there or something like that.
He had an injured ankle, so he didn't
Correct.
play those couple of games. Yep.
So no center out there, and he didn't play. It was weird lineup construction, and that's why and you got to give McBride a chance. I think we will. I think like before we got a few more minutes. We'll stay a little longer just to talk a little more hoops around there. What's your perfect lineup going forward here with these 27 games?
I know RJ is out right now. Man, if Derrick Rose doesn't want to be in the starting lineup, that's fine. I'll move Alec Burks to the starting lineup. I'm sitting down Kemba Walker. I'm putting the ball in RJ Barrett's hand. He's the point guard for the rest of the season.
Okay. See, personally, if Rose comes back, I wouldn't mind Rose going into the starting lineup, but I would love to see Kemba Walker play with Obi Toppin, Grimes, and so forth. I just to see, if McBride isn't ready. Also, guys, remember McBride is a two-way player, and so is Sims. If they play a certain amount of games, that's why they're gonna probably play after like the 20 games left in the season. The first 7 games, I don't I know the next out of the I think they'll play because they don't want to make these contract guaranteed. They want to keep it on that two-way deal so it don't cost them a lot of money, and cap wise is also, remember, this is a business as well. That's why a lot of these players are not playing. That's why Lucas Samanik, even though he's still injured, if he wasn't injured, he probably wouldn't be here either because of the contract situation, money wise, and whatever the case is, situation. That's why these two-way players aren't getting that much burn and doesn't play much for that reason as well. So, damn, that's how good Rose is still. Rose has been impactful, Buddha.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose has been important, and be honest with you, he is our MVP of the team. If you ask me who was the MVP of the team, and I know he hasn't played in a while, I think it's Derrick Rose, because you see how everything went to shambles once his ankle injury, and when he stopped playing with and got injured, everything
Yeah,
started
I'll
going
tell you like
downhill.
this. While Derrick Rose was on the team, we had the best bench unit in the league. And our bench unit was actually outscoring, I'd say, 10 starting lineups in the league. We had that unit was one of the best lineups in the league, period. And when Derrick Rose went down, the numbers slowly but surely started to drop. And now you're seeing the effect that he has. Peter, you said that RJ is not a point guard. He's not, but he's been known to have the ball in his hands a lot. And he was the nominal point guard for Team Canada. If he can be a point guard for a nation, why can't he be a point guard for New York?
Good point. Good point there. Good point there. Definitely. That's a good point that you brought up there. If he could be the point guard for the nation of Canada. Yeah, that's a good point, Chef Dan. I didn't think about that one. That was a good point. Good point on you
And
there.
that's Nick Nurse, a championship winning coach, a championship winning head coach. Out of all the players he saw on Team Canada, he felt most comfortable leaving the ball in RJ Barrett's hands to bring up the court, call out the plays, get everyone where they need to be.
And Tuku Carter, he says we're screwed then if Derrick Rose is the MVP of the league and but of the team. But Carter, think about it. I'm not, it might be just he played when he's on the court, even if he wasn't scoring 27 points, but what he brought to the floor, he allowed quickly to play off ball and play well. He allowed Obi Toppin to just have that monster confidence to play basketball up and down, running with high pace,
Mm-hmm.
on reckless abandon. That helped to change the tempo of the team. Quentin Grimes also played well, and salute Marie Matthews, salute the Lance. And what his impact was. Remember, we wanted the bench to close out games over the starters because they were that bad. So, and then he goes down, and then we just went solely south. You gotta show that you gotta give him a little bit of respect on that you might have been the MVP of the team. I know we think we're screwed, but the proof is in the pudding, the numbers and the
Yeah,
record.
not only that, but like Carter, I you're really forgetting who Derrick Rose is, the road he's traveled to get to where he's at right now. If he is an MVP of a team, of course, because the Lakers really wanted him last year. They thought that made the difference between, a championship run or not.
And
Derrick Rose, Derrick Rose has been playing that point guard position for a long time, so he knows how to get certain people acclimated to to the right places and how to unlock certain people. Lance, you asked, did the Lakers have a trade or not? Lakers did not make any moves. They are looking to directly to the buyout market. That's what Adrian Wojnarowski has announced. Um, Lance, you said RJ Barrett is playing decent, Randall playing monster. The Knicks that got that really good at playmaking and a decent score for me. Oh, you think the Knicks should get someone that is a playmaker and a decent score? The only person that fits that mold that is Jalen Brunson right now. That is the only high. That's the only to me. That is the only high level ball handler who can make plays, score, play some physical defense, all the things that we really need right now. Uh, So I'm trying to find out some news right now. Windhorse is saying that the executives around the league don't value the Knicks' young players because none of them are playing big minutes.
and see that, and that's the thing that sucks because you hear statements by these insiders that other teams are saying that, and then we all take our anger and our frustration out on our head coach because you're not playing them, you're not giving them the right minutes, and I'm one first one that I on my watch alongs here on the program. I'm the one says, I think one was it last game that I said 6 minutes for Cam, 6 minutes for Obi, and then you wonder why we're losing. I think that I made that comment in the chat. You can't you only playing Obi Toppin only small minutes, and I'm not saying Obi Toppin needs to be on the floor for 32 minutes, but can we get 21 minutes and let him go out there and play record abandon and let me it's a little bit frustrating. Matthew Gonzalez, salute. Nick fans came to Brooklyn.
You said you want us to like support that. Nah, we have way more class than that, Matthew. We're not bandwagoners. Salute to you though, Matt. You a Nets fan through and through. Long Island, New Jersey, now Brooklyn. Salute to you. Peter, you said Derrick Rose was the only one playing hard last year against Atlanta. No, he wasn't actually. Derrick Rose was not the only player. Our best players were in this order. It was Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson,
Right,
Obi Toppin,
right.
Emmanuel Quickly.
That's it.
Those were our four best players against Atlanta.
Yes, namaste. Ibaka got traded for. Let's go. You know what? Marlon Johnson. Salute, salute. Oh
Marlon
man.
Johnson, salute.
Let's see. What was that? Let's find out. Let me find that trade for the 4 team trade. And Chef Dan, let them
Yeah.
know what the trade was.
So the Bucks get Serge Ibaka and 2 second-round picks. The Clippers get Rodney Hood and Semi Ojeleye. The Kings get Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Jackson, and Trey Lyles. And the Pistons acquire Marvin Bagley III.
Let's go with another trade earlier for my favorite player, Cash.
Ah, yes. The Celtics are trading PJ Dozier and Bo, a future second round pick, and cash considerations to the Magic for a future second round pick. Bobo and PJ Dozier are both out with injuries for the rest of the year. So I think the Magic are going to get some injured player exceptions and things of that nature. So a lot of cash considerations for the Orlando Magic.
And the next one?
The Raptors traded Goran Dragic and a protected protected 2022 first round pick to the Spurs for Thad Young, Drew Eubanks, and a 2022 second round pick. And
Right.
I believe the the Raptors, they just waived Drew Eubanks.
And of course the 14 trade that happened. Let me find. Did we mention that 14 trade
Yes.
here? All right, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah. We read that one as well. Yes.
All right, let's get that out of there, and we'll keep the ticker on the bottom here. Another one that happened earlier. It didn't happen today though, but it was interesting. This one right here.
The Utah Jazz, they acquired Nickel Walker-Alexander and Hernan Gomez in a 3-team deal. The Spurs get Thomas Satoransky and a second-round pick, and the Blazers get Joe Ingles, Elijah Hughes, and a second-round pick. So the Jazz are looking good, and the Pelicans are looking good as well.
Pelicans got really interesting along with the Kings. You know, I don't think we'll see Mount Zion back this season, but when they have a really nice team setting up. Hey, G-Man, the Sarge in the building.
Salute.
I don't know if Sarge want to give us a few words. Sarge, let us know if you want to come on and give us a few words about what your thoughts this front office. What did you do? Did you give Leon Rose a tackling dot? I know Sarge got those sniper skills, but he probably looked like he gave him a tranquilizer dot or something in his rear end because he was asleep.
Said Lakers should have traded someone for me. Westbrook is playing bad, but I still trust, but starting to lose hope to him. Haha. Lance, I see you're a Lakers fan. They're not gonna, if anything, Lance, I'm letting you know right now, they've put it out there. They're more comfortable trading Russell Westbrook, during the offseason. And right now, the only thing that's gonna help the Lakers is they're going to look towards the buyout market.
Right. And Russell Westbrook will have a player option next year, and if he does sign in, look for him to be traded. Expiring deal for them. And Detroit did pretty good. Mark, your Detroit, because I see you're a Red Wings Detroit Red Wings goalie there. Your mask. They did good. I personally think there's upside in Marvin Bagley, although he's shown some tendencies. But I think him leaving Sacramento, going to a team, although it's Detroit, but you're growing with Kate Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and company. I think they'll have a pretty good with him there. They could play loose, quicker, running gun. Although you had De'Aaron Fox who plays quickly and runs fast too. But I we'll see if Marvin Bagley will be himself. A fresh start. I think he'll get rejuvenated, and ready to go. I think Marvin Bagley, I think will have a good deal here. Let's bring in the big man, the sergeant of the program. Salute, Sarge, in attendance. How are you? Ready to go. I think Marvin Bagley, I think will have a good deal here. Let's bring in the big man, the sergeant of the program. Salute.
You're echoing right now, G-Man.
Hold on, let me hold on. I forgot to mute my.
I got capitalized listening to my own voice.
Okay. My fault, fellas. My fault. That's a rookie mistake that I never actually make, and I was just so excited because I heard Jedi and Chef be like, "G-Man, you can jump on." I'm like, "Okay, let me click." And I got a meeting here in about 15 minutes. But I definitely wanted to get on and say a couple things real quick. So things that every Knicks fan on the planet knows we had aspirations and hopes that the front office would make some moves. Me personally, just looking at the landscape, what we have done in the past, and what just the climate amongst the team was, not even the front office, just amongst the team was, told me that we were not really looking to make any moves. And this is how you know we were not looking to make any moves. And when I tell you this, you're going to have to go back and look at tape. So I'm telling you right now, if you have NBA League Pass, you go back and look at games, do that. If whatever platform you need to do. So look at the starting lineup that we roll out game in and game out. It never changes unless there's an injury or someone is not available. We do the same thing night in and night out, right? And this is when I knew, point blank period, that the Knicks were not making any moves. That Cam Reddish trade, that was it. That's a wrap. Once you see Cam Reddish come to the Knicks, we're not doing nothing else. Think about this. Last year, what was perennial move that the Knicks made? Go out, bring in Derrick Rose, and that's it. That's all we do. Same situation. I'm telling you, patterns are forming here. If you open your eyes and look, you got to take out your heart, your wants, your needs, your desires, right? Because I know we all wanted different things. If you talk to 5 different people, they would have 5 different ways to make this organization better. That's not what the organization is doing. You got to look at patterns. Derrick Rose move, we didn't do anything else after that. Once we made that Cam Reddish move, my spidey sense clicked in. I was like, oh, we ain't doing nothing else after this. This is it. So if you want to spend all your time on Twitter and anything else that you got coming in, and you listen to all these talking heads say the Knicks have interest in bringing BX over. The Knicks have interest in Chef. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to that if you want to. I ain't got time for that. I turned Twitter off. I'm not listening to Twitter right now because it's a whole bunch of noise. I ain't got time for that. I know exactly what's about to happen. What I'm focusing on right now, RJ Barrett is hurt because of mismanagement from the coaching staff. Why are the starters still on the court? You behind, double digits. Why are they still on the court? You have no. There is no way you're gonna win this game. Period. Why are they still out there? Why? Now, what you have to do, fast forward. Now you got to figure out what that starting lineup looks like tonight without RJ Barrett. You don't have RJ Barrett. I heard rumors Quentin Grimes may be available. I'm not banking on that either. He's going to be
off the bench. Yeah.
Noel is out. Mitch is out. What are we doing? What are we doing? So that alone, if you are an astute front office, you are addressing that situation with your head coach. Hey, Tom, come on in the office, bro. Close the door. Sit down. Can I get you a beverage? You want some sliced strawberries or something? You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm about to do is dig off in you right now, because what we're doing right here is not happening. But this is the problem with the front office. No accountability, no direction. So if you don't have those two things, we are doomed to fail from the giddy up. So regardless of the product that you see on the court night in and night out, you don't have anyone at the forefront talking about foundation, being able to be foundationally sound. That's important. You have to build a foundation. You ever build a house? Build a house and have a weak, kind of shaky foundation. If you're in an area where there's an earthquake, your house is going to crumble right around you. Day one. If you're in an environment to where I live in Florida, so when hurricane comes through, if you don't have, that suspension on your roof will fly off the house. I paid for that when I bought this house. I paid for extra money because it was like, well, if a hurricane comes, this can happen. No. You go up there, put whatever trusses you need to put in, whatever supports, put all that. I'll pay for that, right? Because I need peace of mind. I don't have peace of mind with this front office. I don't have peace of mind with this organization. Not even talking about the product that we're looking at night in and night out on the court. I don't want to get long-winded, brother, but I just want to thank you guys as always. Thank you for having me. I love being able to come up here and talk Knicks. And this is the first time, in a long time, that I've been able to be over here, and I don't have to contend with Chef, making my stomach growl because he up here just I'm still mad about them nuggets, Chef. Just so you know, I'm still mad about them nuggets.
How was the crabs?
How's the boil? You didn't send us no video of the boil.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I got sidetracked with it. So this is what you gotta understand. Once you get the boil and you open that bag, you go blank. The boil was perfect. I'm telling you, because this is what I did with the boil. I got soft crab. I got an extra helping of a double dip of shrimp. I got a double dip of sausage. I got the potatoes and the corn, and it was all in that spicy Cajun. Man, look, I'm telling you right now, I almost ate my elbow off. Oh boy, that it was so good. It was so good.
You made everyone hungry. You Stephanie just left. She was starving. She just
yeah,
she didn't even say goodbye. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm out.
I gotta go. Yeah.
But the boil was on point, and I learned two things. One, when I ordered the boil, I did it on DoorDash. So when I got to the restaurant, the owner came out and gave me my food. The owner came out. He was like, hey, listen, if you're gonna order this, don't order through DoorDash because they take a certain percentage off the top. Just order from the website, and you can benefit from some of the discounts and whatnot that we have for you. I'm like, bet, because I told him this. I said, okay, I'm with you on that, but let me sample your product first. This is the first time I ate at this place, right? Because usually I go to Juicy Crab. We don't have a Juicy Crab here in Tampa, so I had to go to a different spot. So I told him, once I experience your product, but look, I'm hooked. They're on my favorites. I got them on speed dial the whole night.
Very good.
That crab boy, that was it. But look, now you got me thinking about crab boy tonight on Thursday. Boy, see, Chef, this is why
I can't. Look, I'm gonna be watching the Knicks versus Warriors. How you gonna stomach some food after we know what's clearly gonna happen tonight?
So the good part about that is the game don't come on the 10. So I'm gonna eat way before 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
If you eat at 10 o'clock, you got a problem, first of all.
Oof.
That's a problem.
At our age, yeah.
At our age, that is definitely a problem for sure.
But before we go any further, before we leave the program, is there a pod couple tonight?
Yes, there is.
Please go ahead and let the people know where they can find you.
So 6:30 tonight, we got the pod couple on Blanche Tears Network. I will post the link to the show in my Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, it's the same as the name that you see here at Sergeant Nick's G-Man for Life. It's the same. So look me up on Twitter and come through tonight. And we're going to be talking about this malpractice that we've all envisioned in the last 24 hours for sure. But guys, again, thanks for having me.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a great show. You hit those thumbs up for Sarge and say hello to Cornerstone Kev. I'm telling them, people over on this side of town don't bite.
No doubt. Hey guys, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I will always come support anytime I can.
I appreciate you.
Just let me know. But salute to you both for great.
Thank you so much. Thank you for jumping on. We appreciate you. Definitely. That's our Sergeant G-Man for life on the pod couple tonight on the Blonde Orange Tears Network. So please take a look and check them out as before. Of course, they're top 5. Of course. And my guy Alex always takes care of my eyebrows. So thank you, Adrian Arroyo. I appreciate it. And trust me, I'm going to get a phone call from Alex later on tonight. He says, "Why you have your hat on?" He always lines me up. He always gets me up. I just didn't want to put gel, but he'll get on me. He'll get on me for wearing the hat. He's very prideful. Every he's always giving my fresh cut, my fade. Hopefully the comb over is coming up, but those eyebrows is always done by Alex. If you're in the Central Florida area, Chickasaw, Eastern Orlando, Chickasaw, and Curry Ford, you find Alex the barber. He does that, cuts the Jedi's hair. So salute to him there. But let's get back to the basketball, because I think we want to get back to what we're talking with the Knicks tonight. tonight, Golden State. Let's get a little preview. We're not going to stay too long. We appreciate all the 500 people viewing us and watching us. We appreciate, guys. Thank you for the likes. We thank you for giving us something that we value and appreciate is your time. We evaluate, we appreciate it, and we definitely want to do the best we can to thoughts make you laugh, or vent or hear us vent, but we really appreciate it. Marin King, salute. Mayan King, salute. Trey Thibodeau. Vamos a cambiar a Thibodeau. Easy Lopez, Westbrook to the Knicks. At trade deadline just passed. That was a name that came out there though, so we don't know. It's all right. They don't have to hate. They could
Yeah,
come
they
and see
hating on the
Alex.
Browns right now. Yeah,
That's
just yeah.
okay. I'd rather have this eyebrows than Anthony Davis's.
Oof,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to go and just fix it myself. Ugh.
Just fix it. Yeah.
Tonight, if I don't know. Who knows? Golden State, they could, we don't know, man. Let's see. Do we have a prayer? Do we have a chance? It's a basketball. The ball is round. Anybody could win. The ball is round. Anyone could win at any given night. But I know sometimes, but oof, that'd be tough.
I'm sorry, Jedi is just
Was
that was the only advice you have for us. Hey, listen, man. Basketball is round. Anything can happen.
But we don't, because we don't know if Mitchell Robinson's returning back from the injury.
Yeah.
One, what is he going to give us tonight? No RJ Barrett. They have a lot of firepower in Wiggins, Thompson, Curry, Wiseman, and so forth. There's a lot of firepower offensively for the Knicks. I wish it was the Knicks, for the Golden State Warriors tonight. Looney, so forth. And last year the Knicks won in Golden State because it was led by RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett had one of his best games in Golden State that day, and we're not going to have him on the floor, but it's an opportunity for Quentin Grimes to play, to get in there and play, and hopefully, in Cam Reddish, if we and I hate doing this because I hear other people do it and I always critique it. If Quentin Grimes could give us some good, around 16 points, and Cam Reddish another 15 points or 12 points, then you get close to what RJ will give us, 27. But I hope they're impactful. Those kind of minutes, not just empty calorie, but impactful minutes that will help the team put in position. And Randall's gonna have to play what he's been playing lately. That good basketball that he's been playing the last few 6 games. But let's face it, we know we've been on a losing streak, but he's been trending up, playing well. Let's hope that we can continue to see that. And can Mitchell Robinson play and be impactful tonight? I think that's an advantage. I think the Knicks might have in center if Robinson plays. No Nolan's Noel. I don't think Paper Mache will play tonight. But Gibson, there's no Draymond Green either. And if the Knicks can control the boards, they're gonna have an opportunity to be within striking distance. Do they pull it out? Who knows? It all depends. Jeff, Dan, anything we say before we get out of here? We've been over almost 3 hours. I think we have to come back and do it again. I know you want to get a nap and have dinner and call this game. I'll come on I'll come on in the post game before the start, and then I'll definitely hand over the program over to you. So, and Adrian says Cavaliers fans here love the Knicks cutter. Wish you guys the best. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys did a nice move there, picking up. I like your team with the size. Cavaliers, I said it from the very beginning. I was definitely worried about your size advantage you guys provide us against us. We're marketing Jared Allen. Now you got Caris, LeVert. You guys are a handful. Cavaliers, I like the way that you went for it. You didn't stay pat and say maybe next year we're building something. You went for it. You took a chance. And man, good luck for the Cavaliers, man. Good luck for you guys. That's a really, really good team. I kind of envy a little bit.
I can't wish the same sentiments as Jedi and wishing you guys good luck because we're in the same conference. So I'm perennially hoping that all the Cavaliers fail. But looking at your team, man, you guys are built correctly. You have a franchise point guard in Darius Garland. I don't think you guys are ever going to trade him ever. That's a kid who, he's not super athletic, but he reads the game very well. You guys got one, and yeah, it hurts.
And you guys got size. You forced the world champions, like you mentioned there, to make a move and get Serge Ibaka. They needed another big man because they seen that they're going to contend against the Cavaliers, maybe in the second round. And you forced them to make a move to go and get and give up a good shooter in the Vincenzo to bring in a big man to because of that height problem. That's one thing I always been saying. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season with the Knickerbockers was you can't teach height and you got to get taller. Enough with the 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", 6'6" ball players. You have too much of them. We need now some 6'9", 6'11", 6'10" ball players on our team. So that's, kudos to Cleveland for bringing that length. Something that you cannot teach in the NBA is size, and they have it. Oh, you have a question? Go ahead. He has another question, and Jared Allen should
Jared
have.
Allen should have been in an All-Star over Middleton. What do you think?
I agree. We
He,
also
yeah,
have. Yeah, go ahead, Chef Dan.
I agree with you 100%. It's just that I don't know if you watch the way the league is, man. It seems like there are certain things that are reserved for certain positions and other positions just don't get it. It's way harder for a center to be an all-star. It's way harder. It's way harder for them. And Jared Allen, I think he put up those numbers, but at the same time, it's Chris Middleton. It is Chris Middleton, and he has comparable numbers to him. I think Jared Allen's just overall, he has one more one more point, or one more assist, one more rebound, and all of those things. But Chris Middleton is, he's he's valuable to the Bucks in a different way that I don't think Jared Allen could ever be for the Cavaliers. So that's why they gave him the All-Star nod over Jared Allen.
Man,
It's
facts.
just it's hard. It's hard. Like same way I don't think it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be someone who's gonna have to be athletically gifted before we see a guard win the defensive player of the year, because I feel that has been reserved for centers now.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Like you said, like certain awards, certain accolades go to certain. Um, Personally, Middleton, I think Jared Allen should have went, but remember, Middleton is just won a title, and I know it's about what he done the current year to earn the world All Star, but it is what it is. Thank you. I appreciate for joining us. For welcome to the Sports Jedi family. We do, just to give you a quick introduction of what we do here. We're just not just Knick centric. We do on Saturdays the G Money Report talks about basketball. Sometimes it turns a little Knick centric because we do have a lot of Knick fans here. But he's a Knick, seeing the Phoenix Suns. He breaks down fun facts and notes about the NBA, who's hot, who's not, in the last 10 games and so forth. He also brings down basketball. We also do the MMA with Chef Dan and Austin. Chef Dan is the gentleman here. My son Austin, they do MMA weekly. If you love MMA or combat sports in general, they break that down each and every week. Bellator, MMA, UFC, PFL, now Eagle FC, boxing savant. We break down anything that has to do with the fist and violence. They break it down weekly here, and also I do the Yankees watch along and baseball, Empire, the Knicks, the Evil Empire Strikes Back program. That's what we call it. We do all on the same network, so subscribe and like. So we cover all different types of sports. New to come now is the football. So we'll be talking football. We had a partner to do it, but he has erased out of the YouTube world. So now we're gonna start covering baseball, football as well. So we will definitely appreciate it. And you hold up real quick. Bengals or Rams before you guys head out. I like the Bengals. I watch Bengals. That was my first pro game. I'm a Jet fan, Jet Giant fan, all New York, but I like the Bengals. Chef Dan.
I I I can't believe in that offensive line for the Bengals. I gotta go Rams. I think Donald and Von Miller are gonna eat, but
You got a good point.
I
You got a good
can't
point.
believe in that offensive line for the Bengals.
You got a good point. I think that Bengals, and I've been so far a little wrong on my picks, but I am going with Bengals team of destiny. I just think they just got things are just bouncing their way, man. To beat those and I know that hurts to say that, Kelvin T. Jones, to beat your Bills and then to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are some good teams, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we shall see, guys. So, guys, please join us if you can. I know it's going to be 10 o'clock start. I know Kelvin T. Jones, I appreciate us for the watch along. We do watch along the games. What we do is we'll do the play. For those that are new to the program, we do the play by play and the watch along. Like we're calling the games for you. For those that are at work, like our agent Super Argo, who's grinding at work and can't watch it on the screen, so we'll tell you the play. We inbound the ball. We'll try to do it like it was a radio broadcast, but we'll give our opinions, our thoughts, and we'll like, our instant reaction from a fan watching the game with you guys. It's like we're watching it in our living rooms, but watching here on the channel. So Chef Dan will have the call guys on the West Coast. We'll start the program, and then we'll do a small little round table, and then that's how we do each and every time there's a game. We try to. So far, we're on a streak. We have done all the games so far. Knock on wood. So hopefully we'll continue. We'll get the whole season going on, but we can't do it without your support, and we appreciate your time and your support. And also, we are on audio platforms in Spreaker, anywhere you find your audio podcast, or anywhere you listen to Spotify, Google, Apple, Reason FM. Just put BX Sports Jedi, and all the different programs are there, past ones and the current one. Like this one will be uploaded in a few minutes onto if you didn't hear the beginning of it, you could save your battery and just hit there. And also I have the link tree information in the community board, or in the description of the program. You can find where we could find us at all. If you guys are listening for the first time and would love to be a panelist, we would love to have you on as a panelist. We just gotta contact us through the email, so we can have your email information, and we'll love to have you on as a panelist to come on. Like G-Man came on, and he came on and spoke a couple minutes, and gave us his thoughts. And as long as you're respectful and watch your profanity, well, of course, this program is open for everyone. It's not just us. We would like to hear from you guys as well. Come on and talk about us. We want, hopefully, coming soon, we'll have a Kelvin T. Jones boxing interview with Chef Dan in Austin. We definitely, Kelvin, we want to do this badly. We want to hear from you and talk to us about your experience as an amateur boxer, as a Olympic boxer, or almost an Olympic boxer. We want to hear your story on the platform. We would love to hear that. So from me to you guys, I'm going to say have a good night. We'll see you a little later. Chef Dan, give us your final thoughts so we could run the intro and we could go.
Final thoughts, just like Adian said, scary to think the Bengals have zero pressure to go out there, have fun, and win it. Yeah, I agree with you, and that's the same attitude that the Knicks should have right now. Zero pressure. If you're in and you get to the playoffs, it's fine. If not, and you get to Mark Tatum, it's fine. Zero pressure. Just go out there and try and have as much fun and try and connect and at least give us some good basketball to watch. We don't ask for wins or losses at this point no more. Just give us good basketball to watch. All
right. With that, guys, I'm gonna leave you with our opening for the Return of the Knicks podcast. I'll put the opening, and for those that will see us tonight, when you see that and you guys come on, we'll hope to see you tonight, guys. Have a good night. Have the rest of the good night. We'll see you a little later. Have your dinner, and we'll be back.